Hello, everybody. It's your boys, the Natural Wonders, and we're back. Welcome back, crew, to the table.
Hi.
All here.
Beginning of a brave new world we have here, as we're all level 5 now.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are no longer local heroes. We now have some renown.
Well, why don't you... Well, that's what it says in the book. In the book it says, when you're level 1 to 4...
Well, I imagine that just by helping out the people that we helped out, there are people that have heard of us.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially, and also Ave said, like, the Navy knows of your deeds, but not as pirates, as privateers.
Yeah, and I'm guessing the same goes for anybody that...
well, anyone on Mead's crew, and anyone who's part of the Grand Design.
Yeah, anybody who Mead might contact.
Yep. So... while we're here, why don't you go ahead and we go down the road and explain what you guys got yourselves for level 5?
Well, my bare minimum damage roll dice is now a D6, and I get an extra attack.
Nice.
Beyond that, I now have Stunning Strike, which is a monk's best friend. Using one key, I can, if I make an attack, I can choose to expel one key, and then they have to make a, what is the save? Player handbook. I think it's Constitution save against stun.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a converse stun.
Yeah. So they need to make a Constitution save should I decide that they need to. Beyond that, let's see. Yeah, that's mostly what I got. I don't get my next elemental ability until next level, but I'm good for this. I also get one additional key point, which is nice.
For me, I upped my proficiency bonus by 1, so now I'm getting.
Oh yeah, we all got a
plus
+1 to proficiency. Yeah.
All right, and then the other major thing I got is Uncanny Dodge. When an attacker that I can see hits me with an attack, I can use my reaction to half the damage that attack did to me. So, basically, just
Is
cut
that
damage in
like
half.
per turn?
It's just a reaction, so I assume in general.
At
least according to the book, that's how it was written. Because I tried to go as word for word as possible.
Let me just double check that again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
I know. When I read that, I was like, "This sounds really."
And don't
good.
get me wrong, Wake is pretty crazy. It's like having every damage that you take.
So long as
nuts.
I can see them.
Yeah,
is
well,
the only thing, and I don't know
Yeah, well, you only get one reaction per round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one attack basically.
Pretty
I
much,
cut
yeah.
in half.
Yep. I mean, that's still real good.
Yeah.
Just not like what?
Yeah.
Not
every
every
single
waking
attack.
second
Yeah,
can
yeah.
you do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed it was some limiter like that.
Yeah. The big new thing for Eloy is that at level 5 you get access to level 3 spells as a spellcaster.
Ooh, nice.
And that's where you start getting the real good stuff. And actually, a generous fan sent in some spell cards so that, for quick reference, I have the fully detailed,
Nice.
better than the shitty version that I scribbled down to refer to. You can also forget one spell from your list and replace it with another one. So I decided to get rid of Tasha's Uncontrollable Laughter. That one's real fun, but Dissonant Whispers is just better, which is why I haven't been using it.
It is.
So I swapped that out for Silence, because Eloy's deal right now is he did not like getting mind controlled. He would like to be able to shut down enemy casters if possible.
That sounds good.
Nice.
I dig that.
And beyond that, we basically, I think, canon-wise, we spent the better part of, the last couple of days in-game purchasing things.
Yep.
Yes.
But Silence and also Hypnotic Pattern.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that's his third level. That's his new highest level, most powerful. That can take care of a group of enemies for a while.
Awesome.
Zoop.
Yep.
Yeah, sit there slack-jawed for a bit. Look at this.
Give us a sec.
So for the sake of brevity, we went through all the shopping.
Yeah, we did some shopping. Some of us traded in our gold bars. Eloy didn't, but
Nope.
Eloy
traded in
believes they're
about
worth a
5
lot
of
more
mine.
than they are.
Yeah. So we found out that the gold inside the book says that...
It costs about 50 gold per pound of gold, and each bar you said was about 10 pounds, so...
You made a pretty good...
Yeah, I decided to deck out Yeldon a little bit, our new boy ship. I got him 5 cannons with 100 rounds of ammunition.
Ooh, we're going to get so many bitches.
Oh, yeah. We got 50 smuggling barrels, which are special barrels with a false lid that you can place, stuff on top of. That's a bit of a homebrew, but we crafted out some stuff for that.
Oh no, I allowed that. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, you want to do that? Okay, then like add a couple extra $50 and I'll allow it. So
I bought 3 months of fresh water, 5 barrels of grog, 10 barrels of wine, 20 mugs, and 10 barrels of oil. Oh, also I went ahead and enchanted my spear. I think who would have done it? Father Dorn probably enchanted
Dorn or the Gimme brothers, but you figured Dorn might be better off with
it.
that.
Yeah, Dorn went ahead and enchanted my quarterstaff spear, so now it's +1.
Nice. I bought a ton of crossbow bolts, and I was informed that Ezra can't hold those, but...
Well, you can't hold 100 at a time.
Yeah, but still, I want a lot, and I figured
But I want them.
You can have them, you just can't carry them all.
And I figured since I didn't know exactly when our next big shopping spree chance would be, I realized, well, we've got a boat, so I can just stock up this boat. I don't have to be carrying all of them I've got. So I bought 1,000 crossbow bolts. They're just in.
Did you buy any explosive
Yeldon.
bolts?
I've also got 10 explosive bolts. Those were a bit more pricey.
Bit more expensive. Oh, you also got yourself a top hat. So
Yes,
you can,
and I bought the fanciest top hat money could buy. It was like
5 silver.
yeah, it was
Look,
like
you
5 silver.
you got to be a showman. You got a traveling show.
And I grabbed the feather garments that the Gimme brothers had made for me and Eloy. So I've got those ready for you.
I, of course, got my boots.
And what else did I get? I bought a chess set and some playing cards for the ship.
Just I'm bored.
Figured if we would start recruiting more people, we might want things to keep them entertained, as well as a bunch of potions of healings to just have at the ready, and a rapier because I didn't realize I could use one of those.
And it's got finesse, too.
Yeah, it's finesse and it does a bit more damage than a dagger, so why not?
Yep. Well, you've got finesse and your whole name across your chest.
That's me.
Eloy, did you end up buying anything?
Yeah, I also stocked up on healing potions, and also some more healers kits, just to make sure to have plenty of that. I got myself, I figured our new ship could probably use some lifeboats just in case. So I got us four rowboats, which should be enough to ferry the entire crew, plus some passengers should need be to shore and back. I also got myself a chariot that Eloy can pull.
Just riding into town. Come on, come on! Just as Eloy trots in, playing his bagpipes.
Yeah, I could be pulling the chariot. You could be riding it like carnival barking, like,
this sounds like a way for the ringleader to enter his circus.
Yep, exactly.
Welcome to the greatest show on earth!
Ezra Lockwood's Natural Wonders!
Behold, an
right.
asinine centaur.
Hailing from Old Lady Big Rock Mountain.
Where exactly?
Places unknown to
A land
you.
where the mountains are so angry they'll kill you for praying to them incorrectly.
All right, so I'm just going to say this. So you guys, after getting all your shopping done, a week's gone by, I'm going to let you do some rolls real quick after I'm done saying this piece. However, Goldfur had come back to you, explaining to you that with Yeldon now put out, made to be seaworthy, and you guys not getting all the equipment just yet to be put on, so all this stuff's getting cargoed onto the ship as we speak, Yeldon has this quaint little ability. Every 24 hours after he devours a ship, you could do one of two things. If you dock in the middle of the ocean and wait 24 hours, Yeldon will either A, expand either the inside or the outside of the ship into whatever you deem fit. So probably adding an extra room, more living space in a certain area, or making the ship even larger. So like probably after 5 devours, you could probably go from frigate to galleon.
Okay.
All right.
And then from there to warship.
Yes.
Pretty much, shit like that. Or you can or the second option is that he will return back to the normal frigate size. However, he will retain the form of the ship he devoured as if it was brand new.
Oh, we don't want Yeldon going. I mean, unless we ever need to disguise.
I was going
him
to say,
as-
Yeah.
that sounds like a good covert ops option.
All right, so it's been a week after you guys have done your shopping,
Man,
and now you're getting some downtime, some well-deserved downtime from all this mind flayer bullshit. You're just spending time in the city. You're spending time like doing odd jobs or doing whatever you want. So, Lanny, what would Wake be doing over the course of this week of downtime?
Wake is training Nedra.
Ooh.
Yeah, he has begun his attempts to train Nedra to be more disciplined. Basically, in the morning, he will attempt to teach her how to meditate. Calm down and just, not fidget for a while. Just try to listen to the voice inside and try to tap into that inner energy that he knows is there.
Roll me a persuasion.
Ooh, not bad. 19.
Well, she's hearing your voice in her head telling her to calm down and not the voice that's telling her to punch things.
Good.
So that's a good start.
Yeah, every time she fidgets, Wake just kind of nope, back to it. Just using a reed, just
Alrighty, so if we're going to be doing training, I'd also like you to roll me and
and I was going to say, afternoon sparring.
Sparring.
Just calisthenics sparring, getting her, in control of her own body and
roll
emotions.
me acrobatics and athletics separately.
Okay, acrobatics, that's the good one. It's a very good one. That is a modified 23.
All right.
And athletics, which is also fairly decent, that is a modified 20.
You feel that you're gaining some headway in this, a lot better headway than you thought was going to happen.
Yeah, she's
normally
in a relatively good mood.
Yeah, you're actually feeding into the drive that makes her want to actually still hit things, so it's not like you're completely regressing her from it.
I'm teaching her combat, but also attempting to teach her self-control within it.
That's fair. She is making some very good progress
I'm
based on
trying
the roles you just
trying
did.
to teach her form, just
Well, she does that.
yeah.
To you.
Yeah, how is she progressing?
She's progressing by breaking up Abigail's pumpkin patch.
Okay, how much gold does that cost me?
Let me
Or how much does that cost? How much per pumpkin?
let me see which pumpkin she uses because
And you know what? If Timothy is around, he can join in the
a
training too.
natural 20. Timothy gives her a giant pumpkin of his own accord.
Aw.
So she's been using that as a training target rather than the rest of the entire patch.
Yay!
So it costs you nothing.
Yay, good old Timothy. And if Timothy wanted to join in any of the training sessions, he'd be flailing around as well doing his thing. I'm not imagining that he's going to be training nearly as well.
He goes to headbutt the gourd. He hits the stem and magic tricks himself and hits the floor.
Oh, nice try, Timothy.
Good effort.
I said magic trick.
Am I
what?
around?
Magic trick. I'm going to show you how to make a pencil disappear.
Oh, no. Well, see, I didn't pick that up. So, yeah, we're good. Luckily he's troll, so he'll heal on his own accord.
Oh,
but
no,
we'll-
you watch him just sit. He's on the floor right now.
Oh.
He slowly lurches up. It's embedded into his head. He's bleeding, but he's like, oh.
I'm gonna...
It takes a bite out of it.
Okie dokie. Have some candy. I give him some of the healing rock candy.
Okay.
That could have gone bad. He rolled a 5. You know what? He's going to try one more time. He didn't feel like he got that shot.
Okay, just focus this time, I guess. That's what I signed up for.
Much better. Rolls a 15. Headbutts Ezra.
And the sparring has begun.
Yep.
Oh, crap!
Wait, nope. Let's roll for focus. Do you want to say anything to her to add to this before I call out this roll?
Now, Nedra. Focus. Don't give in to the voices inside.
Roll persuasion. That one.
Natural wonders, baby.
Hey.
So remember when I told you didn't have to pay for all the other pumpkins that got destroyed? Well,
Nedra, no!
yep. So welcome to Royal Rumble in the pumpkin patch.
I mean, it's good form, at least.
I just imagine like Timothy, who is not like, and then
A
like
brawler.
like a fighter, just getting flailed around his giant.
Oh no,
body.
she's got him by the ankle and going.
Yeah, just crushing all of this pumpkin patch.
I mean, at least her form's good. It's like a little uncontrolled. But,
That'll be fun to clean up. Abigail's standing right next to you.
Yep. I'll make sure we till that patch this evening for you.
That's part of the training now.
Good
We are
strength
now
training.
We are now fixing the pumpkin patch.
Roll roll persuasion on that before she tells you to pay.
Ah, that's a nat. Sorry, I thought I misread that. That is a modified 17.
Modified 17. She's so done with this, she doesn't care. Just clean it.
All right. Sorry, Miss Mayor.
She just like stops and goes, "Oh my God, that's right."
I have a job now.
Oh no, she had a job. Now
Now
it's
it's
even
Another
bigger.
job.
All right.
All right, so Nedra and I take the evening to till the field and replant pumpkins and salvage whichever ones exist.
Timothy wants to help out as well by also saying, "Oh well, putting seeds inside the ground is like you're punching the earth, but you're making things come out."
A little, yeah.
I'll let Nedra make the holes. But first they have to do like the Dragon Ball thing where they go down and they till it by hand.
Yeah. All right.
This is really
What is Ezra doing for this week?
Ezra is a man who knows how to relax and how to just, he's got how long have we been here? A few days, a week, something like that?
Through the time you've had resting, I'm gonna say like a week has passed before you get an extra week just to do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay. I am going to say, like, in between just, like, kind of trying to write up different stage plays and, like, song lyrics and stuff, he spent most of his time just relaxing, having nights going to just eating at, like, not, like, the finest, like, super expensive places, but, like, treating himself after this adventure and just being like, you know what, this is going to be my R&R time. I know we're going to be setting out at sea and having a lot more work to do. So
Boy,
this is just my, I'm
I'm just
basically
thinking, like, I can't wait to go to the finest establishment this place has to offer, the Flappy Stingray.
just like, oh, great.
No,
I
that's
know, I know,
But
I'm
basically, he has been spending money on food and drink to just relax for this week. And I was actually going to ask you roughly how much you think.
well. How much you looking to spend?
An aristocratic meal, I think, costs like 3 gold.
3
something
gold.
Like that.
All right. I would say he's going to town. He's doing some fine dining. He's got those gold bars and he's got money to spend.
How much you looking to spend for the week?
for the week? I'm gonna say, let's say 300 gold.
Wow.
So he's going.
You are decking yourself out, too.
he's got nice clothes.
You're getting spa treatments.
Yeah, he is like top of the line. He knows that tough times are coming.
That's got to come with some sort of a bonus.
And he's like, I want to relax to the fullest and be as rested as I can be for when we set out.
Spending 300 gold will do that for you.
Okay.
I'd like you to roll me. One quick second here. I just want to double check if I'm getting this
Roll me a
correctly.
relaxation check.
No.
Because he ordered all that stuff. He stocked up on some weapons and some supplies. And then after all that business was done, he's like, all right, time to feel good.
Treat yourself.
Time to treat yourself. Very well.
I nearly died 3 or 4 times. I had my brain nearly fucked up by some sort of monster. I just want to have a good
I have seen
week.
some shit.
All right, I need you to roll me a performance, investigation, and let's see here. I have one more quick thing, and a perception, all separate.
All right. First.
I'm waiting for like rolling that one. So, sorry, you have anxiety. You can't do any of that.
You can't relax at all.
But you dropped 300 gold somewhere.
First, performance. 16.
Persuasion.
Oh, persuasion?
Same thing.
Yeah, it would have been the
16?
same thing.
Okay, that's
same
fair.
thing, 16. Investigation, you said?
Yes.
10. And what was the other one?
Perception.
Perception. 22. So I saw real good.
You know how to read the crowd. You've decided to take in the finer establishments that happen to be in the residential district. There is the marketplace, and there is, like, mostly where all the sailors go to rest up and eat and everything. Surprisingly, there is a sort of aristocratic crowd amongst all the hullabaloo of pirates.
Okay.
And even Father Dorn has been spotted going to these as well. getting as much
He's a man
information.
of the town.
Yeah, he's
since he has to leave soon too.
Yeah, he has to leave soon too. He and also it's his business to find some new dirt and information.
Yeah.
Amongst that, you're not really getting a lot of pull with the people you try to talk to. Like, mostly you're just doing this all for yourself. But you do notice a couple of other things. Amongst them, you've happened to notice that there is a surprising amount of sailors who bear the mark of what looks like a green and black flag, but the depiction of this flag comes with an elephant carrying cargo.
All right.
And through whispers, you hear something about a city called Eberkal.
How would I spell that?
Eburkal.
Okay.
And trying to gather some more information. Do you want to continue to investigate this or continue on your merry way?
I'll hear this out. Is this another investigation roll, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Ooh, modified 20.
Modified 20? Eberkal is a city-state in a very small, not a large portion of mainland, but it's a very sizable chunk of island.
Okay.
They are the trading company that services and delivers parcels all around the southern side of Las Aranas.
Okay.
They speak about how someone called, not someone called. They keep speaking about something about savage children amongst the high seas, giving them trouble with their trade routes, and even some who are taking down a couple of ships from the city of Wright.
Okay.
And when they mean children, they actually mean legitimate children.
Oh, man. Child pirates. Just make a note. Actual children.
Yeah, like people, like when you overhear them, they're like, "Oh, like they must be like new sailors." No, they're saying like
Kids.
Yeah, no, like you hear one fellow, like there's like two humans who are dressed up in these get-ups, and they're talking about this. One guy just goes, "Yeah, like that one 8-year-old just swiped my pistol and threw it into the ocean."
Does sound frustrating. Well, all right. I don't really have anything to talk to these guys about other than just being like, I guess I'll keep my eye out for these kids when we're on the high seas.
Gathering more info on that. All right. Beyond that, you've pretty much spent the rest of your night in merry and mirth, just going out to town, hitting up all the places, saying hi to all the guys and gals. You've earned yourself a little bit of a reputation, actually, because you've been spinning a little bit of tall tales about this grand idea of yours of setting up a ship full of entertainment.
Yes.
And this
a
does
traveling
sound
show.
And this does sound interesting to a couple of people. One fellow actually decides to walk up to you. I say, dear boy, could you please tell me more about these Lockwood Wonders?
Well, the Lockwood Wonders, we're a bit under construction right now, but the plan is to eventually be sailing about the seas, traveling to different coves, towns, and, just hovels like here, and just letting everybody know that we're having a good old time. I'm not calling this place a hovel, but, locations all about. From the meek to the mild, we will show up, and we will be there to entertain, bring joy to the people.
Ah, yes, I do say this place is a little savage, what with it and all, yes.
I mean, there might be a few uncouth folks here and there, but everyone is welcome to the
Did you see that overweight crocodile fellow who walks around the ports all day? By God, I wish he was gone.
Well, well, well. I must say, sir, though our tastes may differ on people and crowds, understandably, all peoples will be welcomed here at the Lockwood Natural Wonders Emporium and Traveling Show.
Well, I do say you are an equal employer, I assume. Now, tell me, son. Now, when you look at this, you're looking at this man. He is, like, decked out in robes.
Yeah.
This is an elf, by the way. This is an elf boy decked out in robes.
Very fancy, posh man.
Very, very fancy, very posh. His outfit almost looks like it was skinned from an animal and then dyed to look like this royal purple.
Okay.
So it's got little bits of what looks like leopard skin on the side of it. Tell me, dear boy, how are your investments in this?
Well, like I said, we're a small startup at the moment, but we've got big dreams and big plans. I've got a small crew gathering together. We're going to piece together a bit of a show with the talents we have. And the idea is with this traveling show, we can find and pick up new talents along the way. So our show is constantly changing. Because the magic of entertainers, all of us in our soul have this desire to be an entertainer. And when we see that ship come by, we know that right there, that is the ship of opportunity.
Roll me persuasion with advantage.
That's pretty good. 26.
26. I see. Well, he kind of like holds his hand out to shake yours.
I shake it.
You feel something hit the middle of your hand. You pull it back. That's a good chunk of gold you just got.
Oh, snap. How much?
I'm looking to put in 2,000 as an investment.
Ooh!
Maybe we can get that cotton candy machine now.
Good sir, your kindness, you have been a huge blessing, a boon for the start of the Lockwood Natural Wonders. I have to ask you, as our very first investor in the company, what is your name, just so I can mark you down and have some sort of, just some sort of way to denote this generosity you've paid us.
Gavriel Bazimet. I will spell it for you. Gavriil Bezumets.
Gavriel, you are a patron saint of entertainment. Thanks to your generous donation, I am sure we will find more ways to bring the show to more people, find more entertainers, and just bring happiness to the seas.
He also gives you a small little signet ring.
All right.
It doesn't have any precious markings on it. It's a deep purple ring that looks like it just has a very, very well-drawn G on it. Okay. So probably just a signet of his name. My people will be in touch.
Well, thank you very much. We'll, with the way our job works, we'll make quite the announcement whenever we make port. So I'm sure your people
as will
hear
I,
of us.
son. As will I.
You better not have just sold us out to the mob.
Fuck ever, man. He gave us that money. He didn't have any sort of. I wasn't.
I'll come to you with a favor.
If that's what he does, I'll just give him his money back.
What do you do?
So I, with a lump in my throat, with difficulty, but I know I won't have the opportunity for very much longer, Eloy is going to approach Mr. Rattles. And Eloy wants to understand what he does with the flute. He approached Red first at the party because she's who he feels more comfortable with, but he knows he'll be able to pick her brain anytime. So he goes up to Mr. Rattles to ask for his as much training as he can give him in a week. I just need to understand. I just been doing this without even thinking about it, and I need to know what I can do and what I can't do. What are the limits? What's this all about?
He just rubs his non-existent nose, just starts rubbing by where the bridge of the hole where the nose holes are and his eye holes are. 500 gold and I can probably teach you something.
All right.
You hand him the gold?
Yep, I give him the gold.
All right, so for that week, your Rattles is kind of finding it very hard to try and understand what exactly it is, since you technically really don't know, in character, you technically don't know exactly what you're looking for. So Rattles is having a hard time saying okay, look, I get that you now have this understanding that what you do might be bad or might be considered something that's new now that you have this new perspective on it, because mentality can have a very big effect on how you actually perform your magic. So I have to ask you, what do you plan to gain from all of this?
Well, all right. We was fighting this big horrible tree thing, right? And I made him run away real fast. and not murder us. That was good. I like that. When folks was hurt, I'd play my flute over them and it helped them heal up faster. That was real good. I like that. But also, like, so that's stuff that I did without even thinking whether I was doing it or not. I just kind of did it. But I've been thinking also, like, this eyeball looked at me real funny, and then before I noted, I was waking up and people was telling me I'd been stabbing folks that I didn't want to stab, and that was bad. I would like to be able to defend myself when other people, not like you and me, you seem like a very nice skelly man, but wicked people, when people want to do wicked things with magic, if I could make them stop and say, hey, don't you use your devil magic on me.
You wish to control and not be controlled.
Yeah, you know, not for wicked ends, but for my friends. Like, I don't want my friends getting their minds all messed with neither.
I think I understand where you're coming from. However, this will have to... I apologize. This will need some time. Well, obviously, we have a week now to play with this, but now, what is more appealing to you? The School of Necromancy or the School of Illusion?
I mean...
I can see your hesitation already. Let me explain. Necromancy is given a very, very bad rap of all things. Necromancy, as a profession, is merely mending the flesh or something that was already once alive to either heal or to rot away. It's basically taking what matter there is on a person's body and molding it into their own perception. This cannot be bad in all ways, shapes, and form. Now, I know this might seem blasphemy to those, especially if I said this to Father Dorn, so let's not and say we did. He, like, nods his head to you, like...
All right.
So you know that friend of yours, the imps in the suit, when they touched other allies and their skin came back?
Yeah, that was real good.
That's necromancy, in some way, shape, or form.
That one! I don't think I'll be doing much of the rotting away, but the knitting back together, yeah, I'm all about that. That's my whole deal.
Love the idea of Eloy summoning like an undead monster, and Wake is just like,
Well,
nope.
I have a proposition. Teaching you how to mend skin might be a little bit too advanced to do within a week. However, maybe I could teach you how to fix things that are not alive. For instance, give me something that's very important to you physically. Thank you.
Oh man, the flute.
No, you have to pay it. This is part of your training. Rattles holds his hand out, begins to mumble something under his breath. The flute floats up in front of you,
Rolls a natural one,
snaps back together, and is brand new.
Teach me!
All right, I need you to roll me a history, arcana, and investigation check.
All intelligence.
All right, history.
Ooh.
17. Arcana. 5. Investigation. 16.
I mean, it makes sense. Those are all
Yeah.
very good canonical rolls.
No, they
Yeah.
are. So for the rest of the week, you've been just going back to Rattles' tower to learn how to take things that are broken and slowly put them back together by the means of magic. You're not really getting into it, like, probably by, like, late Thursday, it's all starting to click together. You know that you don't have much time left to actually be able to, like, on a whim, just go, I see something like, oh, this little box, it's cut in half. Like, you've been actually taking a lot of joy in just finding small things and breaking them. Like, you've even gone to Ezra at one point and just been like, hey, let me borrow your dagger, and just take a hammer and smash it and then run away. And then he would come back the next night with it fixed.
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, you find, like, it's this odd little joy in just taking random shit off the street and
just
breaking
walks up
it.
to you at the end of your conversation with the dude. Here you go.
Well, why, thank you.
We unfortunately don't like, Rattle stops you like Midday Friday. We don't really have that much time left to do this, but I see that you are making some form of progress. So I'll tell you this. If you could somehow find a way to keep at this, I have no problem in understanding that you might be able to learn this on your own. AKA, this could be a cantrip.
Hooray!
You're not ready just yet.
Oh. I'll practice every day while we're sailing the 7 seas.
But I'll give you a parting gift instead.
7.
He gives you 2 scrolls of mend. And a wand of greater mend.
Ooh.
As a little parting gift for dealing with all of this.
Thank you very much, sir. I will treasure these, but knowledge was the real gift.
That's fair, kid. Knowledge is the real gift here. But don't get too attached to the scrolls. You know what they're about, right? Use them once they go away.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll make sure and save them for when it's real important.
I was waiting for you to say, "Oh, I'll just use the wand on them then."
Well, he's just like, well, that's why we keep practicing. Give it about, I don't know. By the way you've been doing this, give it about half a month. I'd say you'd be able to learn this lickety-split.
I'll practice every day.
So you gotta roll those rolls for the next couple of, for at least like, for each week, you gotta roll those rolls. If you get high enough rolls, you can actually learn it a lot faster as a cantrip.
Okay.
All right, and we'll reconvene at the Flappy Stingray for one final night. This will actually be the night before you guys head out. Golfer has explained that all of the preparations are complete. The people who you have decided to take along are ready. Yagric and Gloriosa came by as well, just to, like, say at least goodbye to you one last time. And everyone else, like, all of Mead's crew are also here as well. So if you have any more parting words or wish to do anything else tonight, now is the final night.
I want to challenge the captain of the Volton for the possession of Grammy.
Halak, all right. So you just get on up and leave the room.
All right, I'll be back. I say, like, basically, as I'm leaving, I'm like, Mead said he'd give us some way to figure out where he was and how to get in contact with him. I touch base there. I got important shit to take care of.
Understood. You do what you got to do, Wade.
You guys can go with him if you want.
You can go with me if you want. But
I'm going to say, like, since this is the last night, we're all going to get a chance to do something. But if you want to go with him, you can, and it will not destroy whatever you want to do.
Ezra has been the least invested in Grammy, I would say, at this point. Our relationship has been...
every single meal you've had has been bad.
Yeah, our relationship has been pretty touch and go. So when he's like, I'm going to go win Grammy, I'm like, all right.
I didn't say that.
Well,
Oh, no,
I
he
just
didn't
said I
say
got
that.
shit to
He
take
did not
care of.
say that.
That's fair. I'm still in R&R mode, so I'm just like, all right.
All right, have fun.
Have a good one.
See you in the morning.
I'll tag along.
All right. So we'll go to you two then. So you're walking down the shoreline. You get to the port side. You get to, you walk past the carve house. There's Halak just sitting there with a pipe. Sees you walking up to him. You're about to set sail, are you?
Yep, and we need a cook.
Well, you can go inside the carve house. I'm sure you can find someone in that department.
I want your cook.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That puffer fish stew I had, I haven't tasted something so delicious since I was a baby.
Okay, look, we have to make this look really, really convincing, okay?
Okay.
No, shut up. No. He grabs you by the shoulder and leans you in. No, shut up. She could be listening right now, so you have to make this as convincing as possible. Do you understand me?
I feel like I was doing a pretty good job of that before this conversation.
No, it has to be it has to be greater than that.
Okay.
You have to be straight up lying to her face with this conviction.
I'm not lying.
Trust me, one of us will be, and it will be me.
Okay.
Good. He pulls you back up. looks over to Eloy and notices he's been standing there the whole time. Is he on board?
You like Grammy's stew, right?
Yes, I do. I do not need to lie about that.
See? We're all in on this.
There we go.
Slap me in the face.
Wham!
Okay, good. Better him than me.
Roll 1d4.
Actually, for him, it would be a coin flip. One damage or a D2 plus strength, wouldn't it? Or is it just strength?
I think it's just strength.
Yeah, I think it's just your strength that you deal damage with. Plus 1.
Oh, then 1.
Okay, good.
Ow!
That was my honor, sir! And by God, you will not destroy my honor! I challenge you for the rights of the hag! And you watch as just a head peeks out of one of the holes.
I don't know what you just said, but I accept your challenge.
Yes,
Very
we
well.
do.
All both of us.
Yeah, all two of us.
A game of chance, then, is it? Agree.
Yes!
I agree.
Looks back. Both of you roll persuasion. Actually, no, performance.
Nat 20!
Never mind. There you go. Performance.
17.
Grammy now is just like pulls. What she was doing at first was she had like some animal of undescribable like fucking descriptor in her hand, and she was chopping it. She does one final chop, cuts the head off, puts it to the side, and now leans out like this.
All right.
What is this game of chance then, sir? Hallock is just fucking bleeding into this performance right now.
Has to be a game of chance, not skill, right?
Has to be a game of chance.
Oh, man.
All right, I'll choose you in a game. I play you in a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Trying to infer that that's what I'm going to throw.
Very well. All right, so you challenge him to a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Yes.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! I said I was going to throw paper.
It has to look good, son. She'll
Fine,
know.
best 2 out of 3.
Exactly.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Gotcha! Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Yes! Victory for Wake!
Hallock is now trying his best to pretend like he just lost an arm at this point. Just like grabbing his head, just like, no! How can this be? How will I eat?
It's difficult, I know, but you will get over it. You challenged the wrong man's honor. Right, Eloy?
Damn right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Grammy is now standing right beside you. Look down.
I look down.
She slowly and gingerly takes your hand,
Okay.
pulls out a piece of seaweed,
Okay.
flips your hand around,
Okay.
wraps the seaweed around your arm and ties it,
Okay.
gingerly puts it back down, looks to you, takes your hand.
Do we have the lady's favor now?
Like, are Eloy and I married now by CHAG law?
Not sure if I'm upset or happy I didn't go.
Now you can't be part of our communal
I know.
tri-marriage.
Yeah.
Now you're not co-husbands with us.
I see a way more practical problem arising. You assholes are probably going to get, like, advantage on your con rolls. You who already succeed at them.
I now pronounce you mine.
I take it back. I'm glad I didn't go.
She takes both of your hands. Take me to the ship.
All right, then. We lead her to Yeldon.
For fuck's sake, Grammy is now part of your crew.
Yeah!
Welcome to the Yeldon, Grammy. Here's the galley.
What is all this? She points over to the barrel of meads you got.
Those are in the storehouse. Or wherever.
No, Gopher said all the preparations of putting all the shit on the ship is done.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. You both take her to the ship. She's
Yeah,
now in the
that-
galley. She's looking at all of her surroundings. It's too clean. Looks over to the barrels of mead.
Those are wine, actually. Let's see. We got grog. We got wine. We got all the pots and pans you
Hold
can
on
need.
a second.
Uh-huh.
Say that first one again.
Grog.
Leave the ship. I will have something for you in the morning.
I like the sound of it, Grammy. Welcome aboard.
We're going to eat the crocodile, yes?
No, not yet.
Piddlesticks.
Yeah, he's gonna be a cannoneer, I think.
Good. When his flesh falls off from all of excess fire, we can use it in a stew.
Perfect. We'll use anybody's excess flesh.
Especially his. He's got good flank over on his side.
All right, Eloy, keep a tight grip on your flesh. Or not. I don't really know.
We use all the parts of the crew.
Now, I'm not a Buffalon centaur, but I like where...
All right.
All right.
Why don't we
We casually return as you're doing whatever you're doing.
All right.
Relaxing at the Flappy Stingray. Grabbing a couple drinks with the townies.
Storm it. It's time for a celebration. Rounds on way. Woo!
So you're just pretty much just going to spend the time there doing that.
Yeah.
Haros actually beckons you to come forth and have one last final game with him at the craps table.
Sure, why not?
I got nothing bad to say. This is a celebration.
Of course, my friend. I'm glad to be here.
Of course. So go ahead and put in the pot. Let's raise this. Actually, hold on a second. This is a joyous celebration, and I know how loaded you are. Let's put 1,000
Whoa, hold on a
in.
minute. What's that supposed to be?
Puts down 1,000.
Eros, you know me so well, but not quite that well. 1,500.
Three. I'm gonna roll intimidation and you roll insight. If you fail this, you gotta get in on this.
Fair enough.
We're friends here. 3.
Modified 20.
20. It's a match.
Ooh. Well, either way, I throw in.
You put in 3?
I do put in 3.
Very well.
Let this friendly game begin. Did I mention it's a shadow game?
Rattles joins the table.
What the fuck? I just
Pulls out-
at this table and a skeleton walks. I'm like, hey, can I play?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, no, Rattles just comes in. I want in on this too. You Rattles, what do you want to put in? We know you don't run on money. You run on the captain's time. Nothing said I can't have collateral. Pulls out a hand that's still wriggling and puts it on the table.
How much is that worth?
Where-
like, what is the conversion to
Harris,
still
I'm
living
gonna
hands?
defer to your judgment here. Is that did he ante up? Is that
He did.
okay?
Win it for Grammy. Tomorrow's secret ingredient.
Don't listen to him, just have fun.
That's what I aim to do. All right. I don't think I was ever the one actually playing. I was usually cheering you on. What do I roll? What do I do?
I'm pretty sure it's percentiles.
I'm sorry. I was still continuing on for.
Okay, go for it.
For Mr. Rattles. You know, I was doing a little bit of spring cleaning. We're not going to be here on this island any longer, and I figured to myself, I got no use for this anymore. I figured I may just throw it in as collateral for this game.
Sure sounds valuable to you.
Not really. I could probably make like, I don't know, if I cut your hand off, I could probably make 2 of these things. And that's just with one hand, kid.
You can clone them.
Ooh. It's just, well, I don't want to give you my hand. That's too high an offer.
I did for both of them!
I'm speechless right now. I was not expecting this gamble to go this way. Figured,
And Gopher comes in and puts in 3K.
Now that is closer to what I was expecting.
There you go, lad. I'm sure you're thinking it's a little dicey with whatever the fuck that is that he just put in. I figured some normacy would get you a little bit on ease.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you're calming me down a little bit, which I'm not sure if I'm a fan of. I don't like.
Would you rather it be that one over there? Scrung's just sitting there, just like holding up his bag, just like, fuck, no.
Scrung is always. I'm never quite sure where I stand with that guy. You, I at least know to look at you extra close.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's fair. My nickname is Honest. That's fair. All right. Let's see. I'd like you to roll me. Roll me sleight of hand.
Oh, all right.
As you brace your finger on the dice, you feel where your number is going to come out of by rubbing your thumb on the embossment on the dice.
Okay.
And with some nimble judgment, you can probably rig this.
Thumb.
You
Yeah,
can, with the flick of the thumb, you
I
can
can
rig
play
this in your favor.
Gotcha. All right.
You feeling the weight. You getting a hand for it.
Got it.
And then you...
Nat 20!
Oh! Can confirm.
No. No. And... match.
Somebody matched a nat 20. Damn. Does
Because they combated it with another nat 20.
does proficiency and shit come into play at that point, or
No, not when
Okay.
it's a nat 20. And it was Harros, unfortunately. However, we can do one more game. The hand and 6,000 is up for collateral.
Okay.
You want to go again?
Let's do it.
Go for it.
just Haros
Yep.
and Ezra in the World Series of hand winning whatever the fuck we're playing? Craps.
Hey, by the way, what's your
AC.
no? What's your roll me a will as you look at Harros. A will save.
Just so
It's
you
just
know,
Oh no! Go ahead and tell me the number.
it was okay. It was modified 23,
Okay.
and then a will.
Yep.
All right. Ooh.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. All right, then modified 21. Good rolls today, Ezra.
You could tell that Harros was eyeing you down very harshly. Like, you felt this
He
aura.
is a married man.
You felt this aura of dread almost wash over you as he looked at you. Like, you saw, like, a demon itself glare you down. Like, are you
Harros,
sure you want to do this?
I thought this was a friendly game.
Oh, no, it is a friendly game, but you're playing a game with a fucking tiefling.
Well,
And you are too fucking enamored in on all
Yeah.
this prize to be back down now.
yeah,
You go ahead and throw
I've
that
been living
roll.
like a king. I just got a 2,000 gold.
Oh yeah, no, this little like grand adventure of yours and all the fucking like investment grant you just got.
Yeah.
You're feeling really good.
Yeah, sorry, Gavriel. I might have just thrown away your donation.
No, you win it.
And you got a hand.
Yeah, and
Give
the
him a hand, folks.
Give Ezra a hand.
So you go to shake his hand, do you? Because he extends one out to you.
Yeah.
The other hand jumps up and grabs it
Whoop.
and shakes.
Whoa. So, I mean, you put this down on the table. We each put 3,000 down, so I have to assume that even if you can manage to make a bunch of these, this has to have some value for Harros to think it was great for you to have put it on the table, or okay. So what
Harros like just kind of like snaps his finger and creates a little fire from his finger and like lights a cigarette. It's a crawling claw, kid. The hand of a murderer turned inanimate. Turned adamant.
My I'm a pure boy from the oceans, my friend.
Everyone at the table laughs.
Good one.
I'm used to scamming people, but I gotta be honest with you. I don't know what this does.
Give it a basic command and it'll do it.
All right.
So basically, for
You
one
have a
action, yep. So you have a small little hand familiar within 30 feet of
thing.
Yeah, you have a thing within 30 feet of you. The thing can do one basic action that requires a hand.
Oh my god.
You should hide it in your hat.
I was gonna say this is gonna be.
However, it only has one use per day.
Okay. All right.
It will take one command and then wither, and you have to wait 24 hours for it to grow back.
And what was it called again?
It's called the Crawling Claw.
Crawling claw.
So call it the Crawling Claw minion. Yeah, and
motherfucker.
Rattles can make these things on a whim. He said.
As long as he has the materials.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining he like pays an assassin. You go kill somebody for
Yeah,
me?
wait a minute. He said he could make 2 from mine, and these are made from murderers' hands.
Technically, you haven't killed a humanoid.
Everything I've killed's been unintelligent. Or does the arcane not see that?
The arcane does not see it that way.
I've taken life.
If you've taken life, you are a murderer in some capacity.
Oh, everyone's killed germs and
Does God think when he steps on an ant?
yeah. How many breads have you eaten? Well, wow. All right. I got to admit, I was just looking to get some coin out of this, but this.
Well, you got 9,000 and a crawling
yeah.
claw.
Oh yeah, I should probably add that to my money.
Golfer's just sitting there. Damn it! I'm having a run of bad luck.
Yeah, Golfer's just sitting there, just like.
Well, fellas, it's been an honor playing with you, Golfer. It'll be great to see you on the ship.
Pulls out a pistol.
Hey, we're gonna need you, Golfer.
He was just about to pull out his pistol, and he's just like, well, nothing left to do. And then Harros pulls out a shotgun. Rattles is ready to fucking throw a spell. Nothing left to do but to sell this pistol for extra pocket money.
How much for the pistol?
He'll give you the pistol for 10 gold.
I toss him 10 gold.
Here's your pistol.
Keep the pistol. That's on honor.
Ah, thank you.
It's a gift.
See, look at this. We're already becoming fast friends.
I'm in a good mood tonight.
What are you doing?
I'm going to hunt up Timothy. See what he's up to.
Timothy's off in the corner drinking milk.
Drinking his milk.
Hi, Timothy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Donkey Man. Grabs you by the head.
Just imagine that, like Ren and Stimpy
Yep, pretty fucking much.
snap.
Timothy, I got to sail away tomorrow morning. I'm not going to get to see you again, maybe. For not for a whole long time, and that makes me powerful sad.
Abigail's just like,
Timothy, I got you something. I'm going to retroactively decide that I did this. I give him a little toy flute that's shaped like a donkey man that I had the Gimme brothers make. You can blow on it, it makes pretty noises, and you'll think of me.
it pops out of his mouth and breaks a glass. I love it. Goes back and grabs it. They're scrung with a broken mug.
Hold on. I'm trying to learn something for that. Can I try it?
Learn something for what, Eloy?
I pull out my flute.
And Mary's looking at her just like, yes, Eloy, what? As there's a broken mug now there.
I attempt to cast the mending spell that Mr. Rattles has been trying to teach me on it.
Roll Arcana with disadvantage.
Well, I think we found it.
I don't have to roll that twice.
I think another one's gonna shatter.
That'd be a natural
Play like
one.
a really high pitched noise.
Yeah, you pull out your flute. Tweet. The glass that Scrung is holding onto explodes in his hand.
Can I get another round for the house?
Yeah!
2 rounds for my friend Scrung.
Scrung's already coming to terms with the fact that he has to travel with you. That's what the first ale was for.
I accept your ale. Do you have any other magical ways to fix the glass that is shrapneled into my flesh?
Is he just holding his hand there?
Yep.
Yeah, high five! I've just been drinking.
When Ezra drinks, he's not quite like the, boisterous drunk. He's the much more like just
So,
relaxed and
on a
smug and
well-placed-
just watching this all play, just giggling.
On a well-placed
Hands out, establishing shot.
natural wonders, we're taking a break.
Welcome back to the table.
Okay, so barring all that fucking nonsense, the night's starting to come to a tail end. Wounds are mended. Fists were dodged.
Yeah, you were out of the room. I did make sure to say, in case we did a scene break, I do cast healing on Scrung to fix his hand.
That's fair. Man, where's there a pirate story without someone getting beat the fuck up for no good reason? So, wounds are mended, meals are fed, drinks are given, games are played. Good times all around. The entire morale of your newly assembled crew is looking mighty high. All of them seem to be in good... Like, all of them, apart from Scrung now, just, like, holding his hand like, you motherfucker. But this is part of the course.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Grumpy Scrung is... Like, Grumpy is his, like...
Yeah, this is
kind of his default
His
attitude.
sitting face.
Yeah.
So everyone's pretty much in high spirit. Rattles feels that, like... He wanted to just make that fun, but that was his gift to you guys. Harros... also wanted to give you guys a little bit of some money, but figured that'd be fun to put in as well. Mary says that, well, for the time it was here and for the service you've done for us, I'm not sure I can give you anything that's really all that amazing. However, I did make these in my spare time for the course of the week. Everyone in the crew gets their own little silver and jewel encrusted mug.
Aww.
Something for you all to have in your own personal galley, so you all know that it was a nice little gift from where your beginning started.
Does it have a flappy stingray insignia on it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, buddy.
It's got a little stingray on it.
I'm just going to add that to Yeldon's Hall. 11 Flappy Stingray mugs.
Abigail says to you, well, I started off working for the general store, and now here I am the mayor of this entire town.
Well, since you are mayor of this town, I kind of unroll a copy of the Southern Island map that I created. Here, that might be useful.
It will be very useful.
Since you didn't have a complete one and all, I figured I'd help out.
Well, I actually don't know what to say because we're actually going to be asking Yawargrik and Gloriosa to be helping us out completing this as well. This will be very beneficial to us. So, for your efforts, here's 500 gold.
Oh, that was a gift, but thank you.
Well, no, remember, I told you this was a paid job. You came back to me with what I asked for, and one good turn deserves another.
Fair enough. Sorry about your pumpkins again.
I really wish you didn't have to bring that up, because...
That's why I gave you the map.
I can't take the money back. That'd be rather rude of me.
I can give it back.
No, I don't want you to. I don't want you to. For ensuring the safety of my son during the whole crisis and making sure he was brought somewhere safe.
While this is going on, I roll perception. Modified 20. Is she carrying like a bag or anything, or any sort of like purse, satchel?
No, she's not carrying anything on her per se.
Okay.
She actually was going to turn around and grab something that was off the wall.
Okay. Because I was going to sleight of hand some gold into her pocket.
Well, I mean, you can when she turns around.
All right, then I'll do that.
All right, go for it.
Stealth, I'm guessing, or
No,
sleight
sleight
of
of
hand.
Oh my God! You grabbed her ass.
My rolls today have been too good. I knew it was coming at some point. Fortunately, I will have 1,000 gold in my hand wherever I'm going with it.
That's less than dropping it in her pocket. That's
Let me roll severity.
This is what I get for trying to be nice.
I'm gonna go
Just
for
wanna
the
do
pocket
something good
slip. Nope.
Just want to do something good for someone else. And oh no, I choked her to death with 1,000 gold.
$72.
Great, that sounds pretty bad.
No.
Okay.
Highs are actually considered.
good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Highs are considered the
Less extreme?
Less extreme.
Okay, we're playing golf rules on that. All right, got it.
give her a nice pat on the butt.
Way to go, Mayor!
Go team.
You jump off the table. You jump off your you turn around to see that like she was going to
Yeah, just like,
go grab something.
Getting off your stool.
Yeah, you got off the stool. Golfer kind of like turns his heel and trips you.
Trips you.
if that asshole gets this gold.
Like, he's going to be going with us. What's he going to do?
You underhand it a little bit, and unfortunately, because of you tripping, half of it goes forward, the other half goes back.
Okay.
And his hand.
Yeah, and Golfer just goes,
All right, so there's 500 at least gone.
no, I got to roll for that.
Oh.
He's pocketing 100 out of that.
100? All right.
The rest all hits the floor. Fortunately, everyone except Scrung dives on it.
All right.
I'm sorry, everyone who isn't Scrung.
Oh, okay. So Strong is the only one who dives for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks and sees that everyone's like looking at him now. So he lets you pick it up.
All right.
So you
I
lost
start
500. You lost 100 out of that exchange.
Okay. That's not as bad as it could have been.
So he didn't slap her ass?
No, he kind of hit the floor, dropping the money. He rolled pretty good on the severity.
Okay.
If he rolled 50 or below, I would have considered it.
Okay.
So Mary just turns around, just looks at all of this shit happening.
Don't mind him. He's drunk.
Yeah. It was a fun night.
Shifty eyes.
I say with my 11 in performance.
Well,
I guess that would be deception. Oh, well.
I know how much you particular, Mr. Ezra, say that you want to do this traveling circus act of yours.
Yeah, circus might be a little reductive, but yes, accurate.
Well, whatever the case may be, I know these will serve you well. She goes off to the side, pulls down a small little parchment and not a parchment, she holds a little parcel and hands it to you. It's 10 little wands with small little smiley faces on the end of them.
These look fun. What do they do?
Fireworks.
Oh, this will be great. We'll be able to herald our entry to ports with fireworks. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I take one. I point it at the night sky. Knowledge Arcana.
You don't have to. You can actually just use
okay.
it. It's
Good.
a wand. There you... Why did you do it inside the house?
No, I said I take one. I point it out at the night sky, out a window.
Out a window? All right. The face begins to jiggle. And you watch as a jet stream of lights fly into the air and disappear.
Huh. Whoa!
All right.
One's of a stingray.
That's amazing.
You watch as a stingray flies off, and then you watch as the face that popped off kind of like reforms on the tip and is a different color.
Okay. So is this depicting like what color the firework will be, or how many uses it has,
We
or
don't know.
if it's been used?
How
I'm
many?
asking
It
her.
has 5 uses per
Okay.
round. It has 5 uses per stick.
All right. Well, thank you very much. This will be
Until they need to
very
be
exciting.
recharged somehow.
Yep.
I put it back in.
So you got one that has 4 charges now. Well, no. Once they all charge up, they're dead. The
Oh,
thing,
they're gone.
it like turns to ash and goes away.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let me try something there.
I hand it to Eloy.
30 popping out of my flute 30 feet straight up into the air is the image, not the sound, because I can only do one at once with my minor illusion cantrip of the same firework. All right. So I just timed that for when you go it off.
All right. So yeah, we can have multiple fireworks.
It's twice. It's 2 for the price of 1.
I like it. Eloy, you're already saving me money, my good man.
Wait, what else can you make with that?
Like that thing that I've like the illusion that I'm pointing at.
I mean,
What else can you do?
I thought it was will-o-wisps, but Mr. Rattles has been teaching me that's real magic. What I'm doing, so I think I can do. I don't know. What do you want?
I don't know, a dolphin?
Let's see.
I guess Eloy would have had to
You
have
can
seen
make a
dolphin.
baby one appear, but that's about and he'd have to know what it is. So I'd say roll nature with disadvantage.
I don't know. He's been on a ship for a while.
I want to say it's anything that can fit in a 5-foot cube. But
Yeah, a regular dolphin would fit.
That's fair.
just double check here.
Flying dolphin. Come on, that's like really
no,
cool.
No larger than a 5-foot cube. So yeah.
There is now a dolphin floating in the middle of the bar.
Wow.
That's cool.
Onslow.
No, it's light. It's just there's nothing to shoot there. Trust me.
Still could be target practice. So.
Well, we're inside.
Probably not inside.
We're inside! Yeah, Mary screams as well.
People.
When
You see Onslow just like go.
I pat him on the shoulder.
Just wait till you see the guns we have on the ship. Oh, you'll like them.
He like nods sagely and like takes a bit of his chewing tobacco. All right. So Rattles gave you something, Harris gave you something, Mary gave you something, Abigail gave you something. The Gimme brothers show up as well.
Hey, I've gotten a lot of business for you guys, or I've given you guys a lot of business.
You sure have. And you know what? We figured we want to give something back. We still had all those feathers, and this guy here didn't have any outfits of himself, so we made one for him.
Hey, this is perfect. Oh, Wake, you're gonna be the belle of the ball.
I assure you that is entirely...
They stand on each other's totem pole and just throw it over your head.
Look at him. He looks amazing.
It's on backwards, by the way.
This was for threatening you, wasn't it?
I illusion up a glowing halo behind him.
Oh my gosh. I think
Siaka looks to him. He looks like a Quetzalcoatl, just with legs.
I love it.
There's like stray feathers.
Wake, you're a dexterous man. Can you juggle?
I pull out 2 daggers. Hold on.
Roll it with disadvantage because you got the shirt on backwards. So it's it pulls on your arm.
Awkwardly on your arms.
All right, well, that's a nat 20, so anything's lower than that. This is just a straight dex roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 23.
You feel a little give on the because you're wearing it dumb and you just you.
Is my next roll with disadvantage too?
Yeah. What?
Ezra, are you holding anything?
I mean, I guess I've got my little hand minion hanging out on my
I don't want to
shoulder.
hurt that.
He's got the hand. He's got the hand minion, and he also now has the He has the small bag of
the fireworks
the fireworks sticks.
I'm just gonna throw a dagger to the side of your head and stick it in the wall.
Whoa!
Roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, it's got to be worse than that, probably.
I've shot him with an arrow before, so you know what? If something bad happens, I deserve it.
No, I think I'm pretty sure I hit that target fairly well. That is a, I guess I'm rolling to. This is just gonna be a dex roll, I guess. That's also a 24.
Roll acrobatics.
I'm not hitting him.
I know, but it'll be funny.
If he rolls a nat 1 and dodges into it.
Yeah.
9. Not great.
It doesn't hit you, but now there's a hand on the wall.
Ah! Scaffy!
It's all right. It doesn't actually feel pain.
Ah!
So I was juggling real good.
Yep.
Rattles, is it okay?
Now it goes.
Ah!
Well, that's its use for 24 hours.
Oh no! I had so many plans for
I pull it
tomorrow.
out of the wall. Yes, I can juggle. I hand you back your hand.
Well, that's good. Then we'll figure out a way for you to incorporate that in the act with that feather gown and Eloy's halo of light.
I take the feather gown off and I hand it to you as well on top of the hand.
Sure, yeah, sure. I can hold on to it. I've got plenty of room in my quarters for everyone's costumes, I guess.
Cool.
Oh, and we also gave you a little bit of extra stuff on us. It'll be on your ship, don't worry.
Ominous, but you guys have never failed to disappoint, so...
Hey, as long as you blow stuff up in our name, it'll be A-okay.
I like the sound of that.
I'm assuming they're who I bought the cannons from.
You bought the cannons from them, but they have nothing. They're not saying this gift has to do with the cannons.
Fair enough.
And beyond that, Mead comes on in and wants to join in on the festivities.
Mead, buddy. It's our last night here. You got anything good you want to say about any of us before you lose your chance?
Hands you a map.
I'll take that.
Oh, hey!
You open up the map. It's the continent of Los Serranos, and it's pretty much filled out with a bunch of interesting points that he puts out to you. This map will show you a bunch of naval ports, city ports, and pirate-friendly ports. Where you decide to go is of your own accord, so long as you are gracious enough to help us with what we discussed with earlier.
Of course.
So, from what you see, the closest city-state that's a basic trade port is the city of Wright, which will be to the northwest of you. Going a little bit more to the northeast of you, I apologize. Going further east, the top island is Iberkal, and the bottom island is the city of Bulkard, which is a pirate port. And the Iberkal is not a naval port, but it's a trade port. And then there is a canal that leads up to the northern side of the continent called the Emerald Canal. Should you ever need or desire to want to go to the northern part of the continent, but Mead will warn you, that's where most of the Navy resides. So you would only need to go there if it was dire or circumstantial.
So we'd be better off going to the south of Iberkal and then sailing north if we wanted to go to south.
Zealous.
Yes,
South Zealous.
Zealous would be the last naval port before you start reaching the heart of the pirates.
Okay.
That's the name of the Gulf, where a lot of other cities are. And just beyond that Gulf is Eel's Gape.
Okay.
You're looking at least a 6-month travel if you wanted to go to Eel's Gape with no distraction. Guaranteed that you actually had a safe journey where there was no distraction. But considering who you guys are and what ship you're carrying and the crew you have, I doubt trouble will be far behind.
Good to know. You said there'd be some way to contact you or find you should we need to.
Of course. I don't have a way just yet. However, when it does come, you'll be able to know who it was from me.
Fair enough.
Basically, Mr. Rattles here will be spearheading that little venture. So should you be addressed by, I don't know, an orb of madness or some such nonsense, that'll most likely be him. If it's not attacking you, then assume that it's Mr. Rattles.
Okie dokie.
Listen, man, my magic comes from the realm of Fulgorbinth, all right? It's the realm of madness. I'm probably going to summon, like, a floating eyeball or something at you that screams at you at first, but then it'll probably just show me.
Good to know. Look for floating eyeballs.
Floating eyeball. Like that?
No, a little bit more like this. He kind of, like, floats his hand in a circle, and the eyeball that you made, like, it's just a giant eyeball with little wings, I assume, yes?
Yeah. Like a real cute one.
A real cute one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Big sparkly anime eye.
this one turns ethereal. The eye closes in on itself with a hardened shell of whatever kind of black ichor you could describe it looks like. Hardens around it. It cracks open, and the eye bulges out. It almost looks like a dragon's eye that's red, that's looking out all over the place. And you hear low humming as if it's trying to murmur something. You watch the pupil rip open, and there's Rattles standing, like, basically, like, you know how in video chat where, like, someone's standing off to the side, you can see the background on your phone? That's pretty much Rattles, just like...
Hold on, I stand behind Rattles.
Yep, you see yourself.
Huh.
You know how to make an entrance.
Wait, hold on. I shift him in front of the eye.
Rattles is gone. It's just you now. You're on blast now, dude. Do something.
Yeah, this is my favorite show.
You say that, and from the eye it goes... Oh no, it doesn't reverberate.
Oh.
It makes it lowers the pitch and warps it. So you hear it like 3 times in a row.
Okay.
Pretty much. Sorry, that was my last of my
This would be
coffee.
great for a stage show, Eloy. If you keep working on your magic, we can have so much fun.
Rattle snaps his bony finger, and it turns back into the cutesy eyeball.
Except he
I
can't
like
make
mine
sound.
too, but yours is better.
Well, lads, it's been fun. Remember that list of pirate lords that I gave you about?
Yep.
Just, do yourself a favor. When they approach you, explain, make sure you show them the ring that I gave you. Mm-hmm. And say that you're doing something, and make sure you parlay with them that this is for the grand design. If they actually go against your parlay when you mention this, you have my right to stop them.
Ooh.
Oh.
If they don't know of the grand design or are still impeding your way, you are welcome to do what you feel is necessary to get them out of your way.
I mean, I figured that would kind of happen anyway if they put us in literal danger.
Of course.
I think he's just saying we have his blessing, though. So.
Yep, you have my blessing. I'd rather you not kill,
Well, obviously.
but should it come to that, I am not your captain. By the by, who is the captain of this ship?
We all just kind of look around shifty.
Scrung.
Easy, Scrung. You may be king, but you're no captain. Now, I, on the other hand, I feel
How
like...
did you know that?
He's been calling him king this whole time.
I said nothing.
He said nothing.
Yeah, I know. I've been joking.
He's
Oh, right,
been
right,
calling
right,
him king
right.
this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ever since the Faraday.
Yeah. Easy. Don't accidentally give me more knowledge than I need, unless Scrung does that.
No,
Yes,
no, he doesn't.
Strong looks over to me. What'd you tell him?
Yeah, no,
Nothing.
he knows that he's, like, been making fun of him the whole time, so he's, like, he's not looking to you like,
Yeah.
you fucking liar.
Yeah.
Now, Your Highness, you're no captain just yet. However, if this is going to be Ezra's Natural Wonders, I feel like it does make sense for me to be captain, but I would think my first mate, Wake, could make most of the day-to-day decisions around the ship.
Ezra, do you know which way starboard is?
That's the right. I've been on a boat before.
Okay.
I came from a fishing village.
There's
ideas.
Golfer just sitting there with his arms folded. You need a helmsman.
Of course we do.
Good.
I look right back at him.
Yeah, he looks at you. Good, I'm glad. Because this is my boat.
Yeah, Wake doesn't give a crap about titles. He's like, okay.
You're going to have to give a crap because everyone's going to need a job. Not just for your little sideshow stake, but for the ship's sake.
No, I actually had this.
Like I said, my first mate Wake has all the training needed to.
I was hoping you would say, "Why ain't I your first mate?" Just to be contrarian and just make this all fucked up.
Eloy, you have a very important job as the right-hand man.
Eloy,
different.
Eloy knows exactly how much experience or lack thereof he has operating a ship. He's being very quiet through all this.
Frankly, I was actually going to say that since, Pliskin has actually been, helmsman on a ship before, I was going to point him to be helmsman and for Golfer to be shipwright.
That makes a little bit more sense. Pliskin nods at that. Golfer's like, as long as I get the ship at the end of all this little charade of yours. As long as the physical ship is mine, it is partly my ancestor.
Well, I believe that's for Yeldon to decide himself, but...
We'll figure that out. Don't you worry.
You can't, own a ship that's a person, though. That would be like
By the way, for the
slavery.
sake of everything, I think we should call him the Yeldon whenever we're not aboard.
That's fair. That little trick of his where this is Pliskin, that little trick of his of turning into a ship might come in handy if we have to go to a naval port.
Probably. Let's see here.
Well, then that leaves everyone else on the side just like, oh, I guess we're getting jobs. What are we doing?
Do I get a job? What's my job?
Everyone else, Bard.
Hooray!
You get to make merriment.
Yep.
That is the thing I love to make the most.
Yeah, everyone in the entire fucking bar. Bard.
Yeah, Risk will be the ship's
us up.
Risk will be the ship's physician.
Me?
Yeah. Red.
Glorious day. He takes every emblem he has and blesses himself with each one.
Yeah, I was going to say Red would be in charge of managing inventory and stores and stuff like that, managing the wares of the ship.
Very well.
Scrung would be in charge of keeping the gear clean and keeping the equipment functioning.
Eh.
I was going to say that Onslow is going to be the guy in charge of basically commanding munitions.
Our gunner.
Firing, telling people where to fire and how to fire.
Pliskin looks at him. Huh, I figured him to be the quartermaster.
Yeah, basically.
The guy who's in charge of all of us to make sure we're not screwing up.
The foreman.
Pretty much. The foreman who actually has the capabilities to enforce Moses' law at any will, given shape, and form.
Yeah, why not?
I like this job.
Onslow, do you like
Look, if
bossing
anybody
people
else
around?
proves to be better at it.
You mean you get to hit people? Nedra, peeks in.
Nedra,
Easy, Nedra.
you are security. If we got anybody boarding this ship that's not supposed to,
You get 'em
you're
off.
first line. You get them off our boat.
Yeah. Basically, I point out the crew in the building. I go, if you see anyone who isn't this group get on the ship without any of our express permission, you get them off
She's jumping up and down.
right away.
She's basically doing little mini punches as she jumps.
Ziaka has the magic compass, so I was going to leave her to be navigation along with me if I need to.
I accept this. By the by, she holds out the little compass.
Mm-hmm.
It has spoken to me where we should find the heart.
Is it to the east?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. That kind of puts us on course with literally everything else.
I am not going to fuck you guys on that. I'm gonna say no.
That has worked out
northwest to
tremendously.
Barnacle Bay.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, the fucking.
Yeah, no, the Barnacle Bay monster literally took the cart. We don't know how it got there, but damn it, did it do it.
All right. If you guys don't have anything else left to go, we obviously can say our goodbyes and go to sleep and get ready to set sail tomorrow.
Oh, and that reminds me. Grammy's in charge of the food.
Hooray!
The entire bar goes definitely silent. Hooray! She's not even inside the bar. You see her like scratch at the window. Hooray!
I guess I got that vial of Cat's Grace from her that one time, and that worked out really well.
She like opens up the window. You're skinny. I need to fatten you up.
You really should eat more, Ezra.
I
Gonna have to keep up your energy if you're gonna be doing a traveling show.
All that
it's-
fancy food you've been eating all week. I've watched and I've noticed.
Grammy sees all, Ezra.
It's,
I don't know how.
It's true.
Also, she gave Eloy and I these fancy bracelets.
Ooh, pretty. Did they do that? Well, you know what? Surprise me. As is often the way with Grammy.
I love that no one fucking like bats an eye at Grammy's roles or anything she does. Like she's just this entity that just like
She's
fucking
above
ignores
the
the
game.
rules.
as
She
far as
turns
I'm
up when
concerned.
she needs to.
Yeah, she just completely ignores the rules, breaks all the shit, does everything weird. Where a normal player would go, "How the fuck did she do that?" No, we just don't care.
The embodiment of DM magic.
All right. Well, with that, we're pretty much at the day.
When
All right, we're leaving.
When I retire to my room, I leave 1 gold bar under my pillow.
Do you now?
Yes,
Why is this?
just to be friendly. I've got extras. The flappy
Yeah,
stingray.
who's taking care of the Flappy Stingray?
The Flappy Stingray has been a huge help to us. They've let us meet there.
Mary and Harrow say that they found someone at the Carve House to take the job.
Okay.
So pretty much anyone who was at the Carve House who didn't really have a job and like didn't want to go back on the seas has pretty much overtook all the other jobs that were taken.
I take that back. I leave the gold bar, but I also leave a little thank you note, like just like thank you with a smiley face on top,
For the wonderful service.
Yeah.
Aw.
So just in case they think like, oh no, a patron left this.
Well,
like,
I will officially state this, that let me just double check if I gave these fellows a name real quick before we do anything.
Because we will be back here at some point. We've made too many friends.
Yep. The pirate crew, the service of Mead, is now an ally.
all right.
And with that, it is the day. You all step on top of Yeldon, who is now completely decked out with everything.
Now we step onto the ship.
Yep, the rigging's all set up. The mast is there.
And part of Nedra's training today was her carrying my chest full of shit.
Okay.
All right.
Weight training.
By the by, we didn't have a flag, says Pliskin.
Yeah. I feel like we have to earn one of those. I don't know.
Well, best we not go ahead and put up a black flag or anything. That'd be kind of stupid.
Seems for the best.
Oh, by the way, you look off to the side. Ave and her troop are actually sitting there watching your little voyage go off as well.
Isn't her ship on the other side of the island?
Shit is, but she didn't leave just yet.
All right.
She's overseeing the fact that Mead is being very good to his word and leaving on the month. You guys are leaving 2 weeks ahead of time.
All right.
I pay them little mind and just continue on.
I walk over. I am friendly to our naval previous traveling companions.
Well, Mr. Lockwood, safe travels.
And to you as well, and your folk. You were a great help when we were around, and it was a pleasure doing business and trading information.
Our message has gone out to South Zealous. They are aware of your presence, and they will welcome you. Albeit, I would make sure this ship looks a little bit more appropriate given what its capabilities can be.
Fair enough. So basically just, sail in with a
A more
A
friendly.
more friendly visage.
Yes.
Got it.
You realize that literally means we have to scupper another vessel.
How you do that, or if you deem the ship looks well enough on its own, then by all means, just be prepared for the Navy to question you when a frigate comes in bearing no resembling flag they have ever seen before.
Absolutely. Don't worry. We will
Our-
have our story figured out.
Yep, my influence can only stretch so far. But they are aware that
Have you presented them with names? Do they know
Yes.
names? Okay.
they know your names.
Understood. If that's the case,
And
that's
I've
something
asked,
I can work
I've
with.
asked your companions who wish to give certain names in case they wanted to feel their identities were at risk. Your magician, the mage known as Red, she was very keen on giving a different name. And she wished for me not to explain that name to you.
That's fine. I as captain of this fine vessel, I gladly grant my crew their own privacy, so long as it does not endanger the rest of the crew or the ship.
Very well.
I say boldly and proudly.
Yeah, no, everyone just looks at you just like, whatever, we're going sailing again. We're fucking at it. We need to get out of here. That's the best part. Actually, everyone at the Carve House, is actually off on the side, and they're not at the port now because that would be too much of a clutter.
Yeah, the
But they're-
lockdown's been taken care of.
Yeah, the
People can get
lockdown's been
fuck
taken
out.
care of. Everyone is super grateful. Like, everyone
Everyone's
who's
leaving.
been at the marketing side of this entire city, like, even some folk from inside the defense wall had come out to watch your goodbye. So this entire island is pretty aware of what you've done, and they're very grateful.
I just kind of wave.
They all wave and cheer as you guys set sail and take off. Everyone waves, everyone cheers as you watch as the adorning crowd sails off into the distance. Within the hour, it disappears, and welcome to the open seas.
Natural wonders.
Welcome to the open seas, gentlemen.
Been forever.
I just smell the salty air and I'm happy.
So, like I said, this ship all has a room for each of you to go ahead and put your personal belongings in. Comes equipped with a galley, and comes equipped with a captain's quarters.
Ooh.
All right, Nedra, come on, let's go find a place to dump my stuff.
Okay!
Just carrying it.
Yeah, Mary gave you guys all, a really, really good breakfast, which Grammy's not too happy about because she wanted to do that. But
She'll get us for lunch.
Yeah, she gave you all a really, really good breakfast. All the stuff that you guys have purchased beforehand made sure that your ship is
Stocked with
ship-shape
it.
and tight. So you pretty much have all the provisions you need for, at least 3 months going without having to worry about stuff. So you can sail on the seas for quite some time.
Okay.
All right, I'll take a room near the aft.
Alrighty. So you all have your own private quarters. And now, time for me to do a couple of rolls.
Real quick, you keep doing what you're doing, but in case of artwork, what kind of role would that be?
What do you mean?
If I
Like,
was
are you painting?
drawing,
Oh.
what would a drawing be? Is that a dex, sleight of hand?
Oh,
performance?
drawing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just are we talking about fan art or something?
I think it's between Dex or intelligence.
I would-
Because at some point I want to make some sort of logo for.
I would say. Oh, I'm sorry.
Actually, I wanted to bring that up. As Eloy, Ezra, I had an idea.
Okay.
Okay? I conjure an illusion of what I want our flag,
all right.
of my concept art of our flag. It's a tree with a keyhole in the middle. See, lockwood?
All right, I
Get
like
it?
Okay. All right. Try to think.
I stop by and I look at it.
Lockwood.
I mean, that's.
I don't get it. I don't roll that one. I don't believe in Lockwoods.
What? Tree, key tree.
Yeah, the key trees. I like the idea, but I'm just trying to figure out exactly how we can shape it to be as pleasant to the eye, get the Natural Wonders name on there, and all looking good.
You guys go ahead and have this discussion while I figure this out.
I will gladly take insight from anyone on this ship on how they want, if they're going to be part of this crew. Obviously, this flag represents them as well. I don't want us to make a flag that somebody on this ship hates. So I will gladly take insight from everybody aboard.
Scrung just looks at you. As long as it ain't a red cap.
Hey, no chance of that happening, my buddy.
Now it's a blue tree. There you go. That's the opposite of red.
Sure, whatever. All right. While you guys pretty much are spending that time mulling it over, everyone's looking out at the sea. Risf is mildly like praying to himself as he looks out towards the ocean. Pliskin went up into the crow's nest to just look how everything's all put together. Onslow is looking into the water, hoping that something will breach so he can shoot it. Red and Ziaka are down in the galley, like, just speaking to each other. Grammy's trying up some new concoction. Let's see, who else do I have here before we continue on any further? Gulfer is standing at the helm, pretty much, just, like, making sure everything's okay. One more quick looky-loo before we continue forward. Nedra... Oh, God damn it. Nedra is also at the helm. She keeps going to poke the wheel, and Gulfer slaps her hand away.
Nedra, come on. Time to meditate.
She pushes the wheel and then runs. All right.
Messed up my drawing.
So what are you guys doing at this point?
Well, apparently I'm training Nedra.
Well, you're at, this is probably, like, close to midday. You guys left around, like, 7 o'clock in the morning. You've been on the sea for quite some time.
All right.
With the bit of heading and the looking at the map, you're pretty much just heading generally to the east at this point. So from the way that things are going, the first landmass you'll probably reach if you keep going this way is Bullark.
All right. I find Ziak. I ask her what our heading is, like, with the compass.
She looks at her compass and begins to mutter something, hoping that she can get an answer. It begins to give off a small glow, and a light appears and jets out of it. It kind of bends and continues to at least look like it still wants you to go east.
All right, so it's pointing roughly in the direction we're heading then.
Roughly in the direction you're heading, but it doesn't mind if you kind of stray north or stray south.
All right, we'll continue course for now.
Very well.
How fast is the ship moving right now?
I'm probably gonna guess this pretty wrong, but you guys like lost the island for like an hour and a half by then, and now like there's no landmass right now. If you look off to the side, you can still see like the mountains of the mainland. So Eloy, unfortunately, can actually see the tip of Lady Big Rock Mountain off to the side. Yeah.
Oh.
Hear rock slides in the distance.
I hope nobody was underneath that one.
I'm not going to be able to give you the distance.
All right,
I
no problem.
apologize.
I was just curious if I could outswim it.
You can probably keep up at this
Probably
pace.
keep pace. All right.
Oh, so you want it based on, like, feet. Okay, you're traveling, like, 120 feet.
Then no, I could not keep
Yeah.
up with that unless I dashed.
Yeah, unless you dash, it's 120 feet right now at full
Okay.
mass.
Yeah, no, I don't need it in knots.
I've got my feather cloak and top hat, and I'm looking in my mirror that I have, just trying to be like, as Lockwood's natural wonders.
I stumble across you.
So what is your, like, what do you want people to do for this?
I mean, everybody has a talent. Most people like showing off that talent. We've got Eloy, who can, is a master of song and illusion.
Every flute he owns is sticking to him in some way, shape, or form. I'm multifaceted.
Your skills with your hands is beyond compare. We've got magic from Red. I'm sure Scrung can do something. Everybody's got powers here.
I'm the sad clown.
Look, man, I was going to suggest it, but if that's what you want to do, we can certainly figure something out. But
Look, I'm just saying, Scrung, if you do want to be a clown, I mean, what better way to, get close and actually, steal from somebody than to be a clown?
it does disarm people quite well. Trust me. But
I mean, I'm just imagining Scrung just like juggling, picking a pocket, keep juggling.
Yeah, no, now he's just got a bike horn. Where do you want me?
Don't you see, Doctor? I am Pagliacci.
I mean, on top of everything, Eloy's an asinine centaur. People stare at him when we go places in general. Like, we can figure something out with all this. It's just getting the greatest...
Risk kind of like holds his hand up a little bit. Does that mean he's part petting zoo?
Look, it's up to Eloy how comfortable he is with the patrons getting handsy. If that's the game we're playing, that's a whole nother shebang we can work on.
But
But
I got a trick that can probably scare the bejesus out of all of them. Onslow,
I would love to hear
Onslow hits the deck, belly first.
whoa!
Go
Check
ahead-
out the maw on this man.
Go ahead and stick your hand in there. See if it comes back out.
I have a better idea.
You have another hand.
I was gonna say, take off my top hat, reveal Scaffy is sitting right there on top. Scaffy, into the alligator. Oh, just look in terror as Scaffy almost loses a limb.
Loses all of them.
What if you got like a sleeve and like you wore that thing like a fake hand and then it started crawling away
and
from
it
you?
crawls away from
You could do like a little comedy act with that where you try to catch your own hand.
Pliskin just smiles. Or better yet, he actually bites down, and then when you pull back, it flags.
And then the hand crawls back to you.
Yeah, I like it. See, we're already coming up with ideas.
All I'm saying is, if you want people to do stuff, you're going to need to hold some sort of rehearsal.
Well, that was going to be my plan. As once we were more out at sea. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out my own bit of flair here. But eventually, I was essentially going to have a talent show.
Speaking of flair, look back in your mirror a second.
I look in my mirror.
You see a porcelain tower off in the distance in the reflection.
Does anyone know what that is? By the way,
I look back after this. I look back.
Everyone
at
roll perception.
it. 17.
23.
10.
Eloy is too busy watching Scaffy. I can't believe that's his name now. Scaffy.
Scaffy the hand.
You are
Scaphy.
You are just fucking enthralled by Scaffy doing like sick tech dude fucking flips over and out of fucking Onslow's mouth.
I'm curious as to the extent of basically it's one command. If I'm just like, have fun, play on stage. It's just a magic hand.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I illusion up a dance partner for him. Another hand for him to dance
Yeah,
with.
you're doing that while everybody else is looking for the tower.
Yep. No, you guys see the tower. There is a porcelain tower sticking directly out of the water with multiple holes like in the stone carvings of this wall, but water keeps seeping out of them. However, it looks like it's way bigger than the ship itself. So getting up on the rigging, Pliskin would still not be able to at least get onto the ship, get onto the tower. It'd still like have another good, probably 120 feet above you.
Hey,
But
Golfer,
Yep.
can you take us toward that?
Aye, sure can. And with that, you guys take off towards it. Like I said before, you kind of like perch beside it. There are waterfalls coming out of where all the holes are. So this thing is constantly pouring water out of it. But up on the top, you can notice that it's a giant, there's like a giant glass, like, containment up on the top of it. Almost like, in some towers where you go to eat fancy dinners up on the roof of a location and it's on like a glass observatory. It's sort of like that. However, you can notice that there's a really large horned silhouette looking through the glass. Like full body silhouette with giant horns peeking up the top, just standing there in pose looking out. You can't see what the creature is, but you can tell it's there because it's moving back and forth.
So I'm guessing we wait anchor here.
If you want to.
Well, I mean,
You wish to
yeah,
examine?
I want to see what this thing's all about. This seems interesting. I ask, first of all, if anybody else knows what the hell this is. But first, I'm going to roll my own knowledge. No, I don't know shit. Like, has anybody ever seen or
Anybody know anything about this thing?
Natural wonders. I don't know a thing. I'm not sure it's there.
You went back to look at yourself in the mirror. Yeah. Natural wonder.
Yeah.
Wonders.
Wonders.
I think that the water coming out of that is what keeps the ocean full.
Oh, yeah, you got the 2. All right. So you at least recognize it.
For the record, I rolled a 5, so I'm not that bad on this one.
All right, let me roll for everyone else who possibly can know what this is. So either Red or Pliskin or Riss have a shot at knowing what the fuck this thing is.
Okay.
All right, that was for Red. Red's got no clue. Pliskin's got no clue. Riss. Oh, shit. Oh. Riss looks out towards it, kind of like tries to like... He's not looking at the tower so much because it looks like a lighthouse to him. However, he's looking at he's more concerned about the figure turning back and forth. As he watches the figure step back, he's eyeing the creature in a profile shot. I believe this might be known as the Witness Tower.
What's that?
I don't know, but it's... I don't.
I know what it is, but I don't know what it's
I don't know what it's,
supposed to be.
I don't know what it's about, but I do know that I've heard stories from other sailors saying that there's a really large creature that observes the South Seas from inside the glass tower, but no one knows how to get inside. People have tried, but they've all failed. But there's rumor that if they can find a way inside, the creature will actually reward them.
All right.
Now you've piqued my interest. Initially, I was thinking, what are we doing here? This has nothing to do with our mission, but a reward. All right, fellas. How do we get in?
But no one knows what that, he just looks left and right, but unfortunately, I don't know what that reward is. No one's been able to get inside.
You're basically a Zora. Can you swim up waterfalls?
Take it that's Ben saying that.
That's why I didn't use the accent.
What's a Zora? Natural one.
I don't think I can swim up a waterfall. Like,
I mean, you could try.
I guess I can attempt it, but all right. I'm gonna go ahead and like after observing the side of the tower that we're on, I'm guessing there's no visible way in there.
Clear entry point.
You can't, from where you're looking, you're just seeing that there are stray holes that are coming out of the stone, and where it is the waterfall is jetting out.
Okay.
So even if you can see a hole, water is always going to be jetting out of the hole. And, like, it looks like it's almost in a certain row, or, like, one's a few stones higher than the other, and then one's below it.
Okay, so you said this tower's, like, about 120 feet outside of the ocean, right? Like,
Half of it is, and then there's another 120 feet up.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. There's, like, 120 feet straight up out of the ocean. How, like, round is it? Like,
it would take you...
What would you say its radius is?
It would take you 10 minutes to completely circumvent this thing.
In the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's just with awkward movement. But...
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're just out in the middle of the ocean.
Yep.
Nowhere near land. Okay.
Nowhere near land.
All right.
Just
well,
juts out of the sea.
Ziaka's another, like, water-faring creature, right?
She's a snake.
Yeah, so she can swim.
Well, she can swim, but she's not the best.
But does she have a swim speed since she's a snake? Probably not.
10.
All right, I'm guessing Onslow does, though.
Onslow
a
probably does. Yeah, being a croc, like Ziaka and Onslow, like, probably have, like, a swim speed. Like, they can probably hold their breaths longer, but they're not going to have a swim speed. They can stay underwater for, like, at least an hour and a half.
All right. So, if they're willing to go with me, I, like, roll a ladder down the side of... What is our procedure here?
Getting into the
I don't
water.
know. You tell me.
All right.
I've got rope.
You tell me, Captain.
Yeah, Captain, what's our procedure for leaving the boat here?
Well,
Or the
crew,
ship?
a challenge has been found, and we are going to meet it head on. I believe. Wake, you're a good swimmer, right? Of course you are.
I mean, that's the... I was planning on this, I say, as I'm, like, just kind of, like, derobing myself. Not, like, I keep the kilt, but...
Yeah.
Perfect. I have this rope. We will sling this over the side. You and whoever you believe is worthy of swimming with you, search this place. Look for an entry point. If you find anything that's obvious.
Red kind of just like holds her hand up a little bit as she's flipping through a small book. While not capable of being able to swim, I can grant someone water breathing for quite some
Ooh.
time.
That does seem quite useful in this situation.
Some of you can get in a rowboat and be down there.
Tell us who, and we'll put him in a rowboat.
Well, I was going to say Onslow and Ziaka could get in the water with me since they're animals that actually, like, they're animal people that actually can maneuver in the water
Yeah.
fairly well. Beyond that, I think, like, you two should be in a boat along with, I don't know, one other.
How about Yumi and Scrung? I bet he seems like the thieving type, so he and I probably are good at scaling walls, and that might come into handy with this tower.
Sure.
Scrung like looks up at the tower. You want me to climb up a smooth stone for a
Look,
good
I'm not saying
hour?
we're just gonna climb it, just outright, but there might be something somewhere a little bit up. There might be a way in. I'm looking at the most possible or likely scenario.
Yeah, Risk kind of like also like interjects a little bit. I don't mean to be mean, but Scrung has a point. That's how most people have failed to try and get in this way. Climbing attempts have all but failed, and trying to get in through the entryways where the water is coming out just leads with people being jettisoned out.
Could there be... So that water that's coming out of there, that's got to be coming from somewhere.
Exactly. That's why I think there's something beneath.
Yeah, if you get underwater enough, could it be sucking the water in? Could that be a way in?
Unless it's magic. Anyway,
I dive in.
You dive in? All right, well...
Excellent move, first mate.
Well, okay, who wants to get on the rowboat over? So you and Scrung...
Don't forget to lead the rope down for me.
Yes, I do leave that rope there.
Alrighty.
Tied in a knot.
Tied in a knot? Alright, so you grab the rope and you head down, Onslow and...
Oh, I just dove in.
No,
I don't need
I've got
rope.
like the rope hanging off the ship so someone can climb back in.
Oh, okay. So, for the most part, while you guys are getting the rowboats ready for you, Scrung,
First of
Eloy,
all, when I'm in the water, perception check for any angry creatures that might be down here.
go for it.
Hey, I recognize that.
Yep, you would recognize that. Nope, I'm too preoccupied just being like, I'm happy,
This
I'm in the water.
water's fucking super green. Are you seeing this shit?
man, what is with this water?
Before we all
This ain't
hop in
no
our
ocean water I know.
before we hop in our rowboat, I do look to Red. Do you have with your magical skills? Do you have ways to freeze water?
Unfortunately, not today. If you gave me a lot more time, I could probably understand that. For now, I can burn it.
No problem. Just asking out of curiosity.
All right, so you dive down.
Yeah, but
and
I am in the water.
You are in the water. You, unfortunately, you rolled
I see. I see absolutely nothing dangerous. I am completely 100% safe, and there is nothing that could possibly go wrong.
Fair enough. So you look at this tower, and it's actually still going downwards. I
imagine it goes down to wherever there's.
Yeah, you go towards the seabed, which is fine. You see the ocean floor, and it's not that far off. Like, this is a decent swim for you, of all people.
Yeah, it's.
But the tower is actually surrounded by a moat that keeps going down further. You look down into the abyss, and that's just it. It keeps going down into the abyss.
So
There are holes.
Mariana's Trench down there.
Yeah, there are holes almost like in the same pattern as the water that's coming out from the surface.
All right, I'm going to feel if that is like ejecting water or sucking water in as I'm going towards it.
As you near it within 60 feet, by the time you reach 60 feet, you can feel the water pushing against you. It's not difficult to swim, but if going closer, it's going to be a jet stream.
Okay, is the water warmer than the rest of the surrounding water?
Roll survival.
Because I'm familiar with volcanic jets. That would be a... Okay, yeah, that does take my proficiency into account. That's a 24.
You let the water seep over you a little bit that's coming out one of the holes. This does feel a lot warmer. It's a natural heat.
Which means that there's a volcano down there somewhere. I'm going to attempt to get into the trench.
Go down deeper?
Yeah.
Very well. You continue to head downwards into the deep. The light is disappearing after 5 minutes of swimming down even further. You guys are finally...
I was going to say, I'm just looking over the boat. You think he's okay?
Yeah, you guys...
He hasn't done one of his flips yet.
You guys have finally gotten everything prepared, and you're heading over to the side of the of one of the waterfalls. The water is a little bit turbulent, but based on the fact that you're out in the ocean, it's not terrible. It's not capsizing your little rowboat just yet.
Okay. This will probably be frivolous and silly, but like how close are we to this cascading water? Like, could I reach out to
Oh,
it?
no, you can't reach out.
Okay.
That's suicide.
That would, okay, gotcha.
You are at least a good 20 feet away from the waterfall, touching the water.
All right. Well, I was going to test just to make sure it was seawater coming out of there and it wasn't water from another source. Just to make sure that this whole concept that this is being drained from the ocean around it, which is very likely and almost certainly the case, but just to confirm it. But if that's too dangerous, I'm basically just looking around for anything that is jutting out, any sort of like hole or crack or something that we can use as some kind of foothold.
So an
Roll
investigation.
investigation.
8.
8.
Yes.
It's a lot of waterfalls.
That's some really smooth stone, my dude.
All right.
You're not finding any footholds, and touching any sort of perimeter around where the waterfalls are coming out is certainly going to get you pushed out.
Gotcha.
You finally, after 5 minutes descending down, you're starting to watch as the light is now disappearing. You're seeing like little deep water eels and anglerfish and shit. You can still see it's dark vision under the water, so you're completely fine.
Right.
You can see this just fine. Nothing too dangerous is swimming around. Nothing that like if you poke and prod it, it's going to attack you. Like, you know, like a really angry looking anglerfish. Some
That would have to be gigantic.
yeah. A couple of like bioluminescent shrimp are swimming around. You do notice that there are some bioluminescent shrimp that swim over towards where the tower is. Like, you're looking at the tower, and because of how dark it is, it's actually a little bit difficult to see where the jet streams of water are coming out. Roll perception check.
That is a 15 plus 18.
18.
I'm still getting used to my new proficiency bonus.
All right. You watch as those bioluminescent shrimp kind of swim past the tower, disappear, and then reappear.
I try to reach out to where they're disappearing.
You reach out to where they're disappearing.
Yeah.
You watch your hand disappear. It's still water, but you physically watch your hand disappear.
I'm going to swim into it.
Very well. You swim closer.
Yes.
You swim closer and notice that when you step through, when you swim through, you actually land on your feet. You're a fish person. You stand on a small bridge that's actually made of glass.
But I'm still breathing through my gills because, like,
Yeah,
I'm still
but
in water.
it's like, yeah, you're still in water, but when you turn around, it's an invisible like little barrier of where the abyss is. You're now standing in a fully lit little bridge that leads towards the tower. Like everything else around you is encased in glass and lit up like it's day.
Weird. I think to myself because I can't speak when I'm in water.
Well, no, you're not in water now. Now
Oh.
it's dry land.
Well, I don't think everybody else is getting down here. I think I say to myself, I head further in
You head further in.
because traveling down for 5 minutes. I mean, Ziaka and maybe Onslow could, but they'd have to be able to swim as fast as me.
Very well. You walk in towards where the bridge is connecting to the tower. As you look up, you can see, like, from where you are going up further, probably a good 60 feet above you is where the waterfalls begin to jut out. So you have, and looking at the tower itself, there's little holes that almost look like small little observatory windows. They're like just open holes you can look inside. You head towards a door that's ornate and has the picture of almost what looks like Eloy.
A picture of what looks...
It looks like a centaur. Like you've never seen...
Okay.
I've
only met one.
You've only ever met one. So from your perspective, you see a picture of something that looks like Eloy on the door.
Okay.
No, it's not a. Oh. It's not a. It doesn't have a notch on it. It's actually like a flat door, but you can see that like it's meant to be pulled up or something.
All right.
Look inside. You look at the depiction, and you notice that there's a little slot for someone to reach their arm in, and there actually is a lever to pull out.
I use my left arm.
Your left arm?
Yeah.
Roll dexterity. Dex save.
Dex save. All right. That is a modified 20.
Ow!
Your arm is now stuck in the hole.
Ow!
As something spears through your arm.
Ow!
You take 5 points of slashing damage.
Slashing. Okay, so it's not piercing through my arm. It's like a guillotine.
Yep. It holds something grabs your hand in place and then it's slit. So now there's blood seeping out of the hole.
That was a mistake.
You pull your arm back out. You didn't grab the lever though. You could have, but that stopped you.
I think I'm faster than you.
Is there a thing that looks like me? Like a door with a thing that looks like me around?
A thing that looks like you? You can walk around the entire building should you choose, but remember, it took you 10 minutes to go around by boat. That'll probably take that'll take like an hour and a half probably to do so.
All right, probably not worth it.
You didn't notice any other doors from walking through the glass area.
Okay. And is there a way up that I noticed? Like, or am I just on like a level?
Beyond like putting your hand through one of the other little holes and climbing up. That's about it.
We're just out here rowing. And I'm just looking up. The sun is like in my eyes, so nothing looks right. So I'm just like, nope. Seems smooth, crew.
I want you to roll me a perception check.
Modified 20.
Modified 20. There's a lot of gulls flying around. But it's kind of silly how you almost feel like you lost sight of one even though it was clearly in front of you.
Gulls only go out to sea to die.
No, they're flying, like, there are all gulls flying around your ship and the tower itself. And then you watch as there's no place for the gulls to land at all. Like,
right.
That's just absolutely silly. Going near the water will just knock them out. However, you do watch as one of the gulls, you can't tell from this distance how far it is because the sun's in your eye, but you do watch as one leaves your vision for a hot second as it goes into the shadow of the tower behind the sun, and then comes back.
All right, but I'm seeing it enough that I can kind of like
you
tell where that is happening.
Like you saw, like you see the sun like is beaming down, and when you're looking at something while the sun is in front of you, it's like almost like a silhouette kind of thing.
Okay.
You watch as the bird silhouette is there, vanish, back.
All right.
So it phases out of existence for a moment.
I basically like look to Scrung and Eloy, just be like, guys, do me a favor and just kind of look right in this general area and see if you notice anything strange with the seagulls.
I'll take a look.
All right.
Since I pointed out the area, do I give any sort of like advantage if I'm just being like here? Like
Well,
this
they're just
spot.
looking right now.
Okay.
Hopefully Scrung rolls better than I did.
Nope. Scrung rolled a 7. The sun is in his eyes.
I rolled a modified 10.
You watch as the gull goes away, but based on your perception, it just is clearly the sun just blocking your vision.
I don't know. I can't see real good. The sun's up in my eyes.
Damn. All right. Well, I could have sworn you guys don't know anything about like disappearing seagulls, do you? Is that like, are there like seagulls that have the ability to vanish?
Disappearing seagulls? Scrung looks at you like, what are you talking about?
I could have. Look, I know this sounds crazy, crew, but I could have sworn I saw a seagull fly this way, vanish, and then come back.
Only thing I know that
Siaka-
makes seagulls disappear is Grammy's soup pot.
Kill one for the sacred ingredient!
I don't think that's up there, but good estimation and ideas. I like thinking outside the box, Eloy. This is why you're the skipper.
Siaka gets on your boat, and
Oh.
she looks up towards where you're describing, and starts muttering to herself, kind of like she starts muttering to herself. You almost see like an ethereal small pamphlet kind of like appear in front of her hand. So as a warlock, she has the ability of craft tome. So she has spells from other she has spells from other classes, as does all warlocks.
Okay.
She is casting detect magic.
All right.
Nat 1.
Well, she's part of the crew now.
Yeah.
The sun is in her eyes so bad that the tome disappears, and she tries to like shade herself a little bit.
And now I say, ha, 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 ha. I looked too long.
Yep, she looks up to the sky. She was about to detect magic, and the sun got her.
Huh. This was a brilliantly placed tower that the sun is constantly in our eyes when we're trying to observe it.
Now this door I'm looking at, is there like a finger hold under it at all?
Roll me investigation.
Yeah, I'm just looking around this door, seeing if there's anything other than that slot with the handle. That is a 14.
A 14. You can see that like barely the tips of your fingers can latch underneath it, but not enough that you could actually physically
grip?
Get a good grip.
Okay.
The only visible slot you have are the small, like, fist-sized windows that you could probably latch onto, or that are all based around the side of it, or the small slot where the lever is.
I'm going to take a look through one of these windows.
All right, you peer inside the window, and what you see is the depiction of a small calf looking back at you.
Like the depiction, like a...
Like it's a statue.
drawing.
A statue of a cow's head is looking at you.
Okay.
That's one hole anyway.
Yeah, I look through the wall or the window on the other side of the door.
I'm going to say, for the sake of brevity, there's like 4 holes on each side. So you could peer through 4 on the left and 4 on the right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to look at the one on the opposite side of the door.
So roll investigation on the second hole.
That's a nat 20.
Nat 20. You look at this one. You notice that there are different patterns on this one. This one, the calf has the depiction almost on the tip of its nose of the moon. You look back at the other one. That one has a depiction of the moon.
Okay, so it's a nighttime. I look at the the one next to this one.
The one next to that one, it also has a depiction of the moon.
Okay, so these all have the moon on them. Are we just here at the wrong time of day?
I mean, you didn't look on the right side either.
Okay, I look at the right side.
You look at the right side. Roll investigation 4 times.
Oh.
8. I'm sorry, that would have been a modified 9.
Yep.
Modified 11. Nat 20. That one landed on its corner. Modified 14. So
All right. You're
9, 11, nat 20, and 14.
moon. Wait. That moon almost looks like it has a complete circle.
Okay, so it's different shades of the moon. They're waxing and waning.
No, you look at that one, and then you look to the one on the side. It has the shape of the moon as well, but this one has small lines, almost as if it's a sun.
It's a moon giving off rays of light.
So it's like circle, circle. You didn't know, as you go to look back at the other ones, They are phases, and the one all the way on the far right now has small, like, little lines on the top, bottom, left, and right. So that must be a depiction of the sun, given that the moon is closed now.
Can I reach into the window?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm going to touch the one with the sun on it. If
Your
I
hand
can.
is on fire.
For a brief second, you guys watch as where you thought that seagull was is a pane glass window. And then it's back to water.
Wait, shh. That... Did you see that?
Yeah.
You guys clearly saw that.
Something magic's happened up there.
All right, hold on a second. How far away is this? Like, is this like...
It's above the waterfalls, unfortunately.
Could I shoot a crossbow bolt that high?
You could just barely touch it with that height.
I ready my crossbow, and I'm going to aim for that spot.
Very well.
Meanwhile, I'm just like bringing my hand back, reach out, touch it
It
again.
did do something. You felt it press. You pressed into it, and it did something. But
I
you
can't
don't
wait
know-
for this to be a comedy of errors.
You don't exactly know what it did, but when you pushed against the calf's head,
Like
it
it
went
clicked?
inside. Yep.
All right,
Huh.
I shoot my crossbow in the direction of where things have been disappearing, and I just saw a window for a second. Nat 20.
Oh.
That'll... All right.
There is now an arrow in what looks like broken glass, just in the middle of the air, sitting there.
Okay, that's definitely something. Everybody sees this, right?
We'll pay for that if you let us in. Sorry about that. Your window.
So you pushed in a little bit. It looks like it has a little bit more give.
I push further.
The glass is now completely visible as there's a giant hole where one of the waterfalls would be is not there. It's covered by glass.
Hey, I think we got this. All right.
I was waiting for you. I did it! I solved the mystery!
All right. These waterfalls can be covered, and that makes it easier to ascend or enter or get close to. And I think my arrow just pierced the mechanism that caused this, and now your great captain has solved the puzzle of the tower, or at least part of it. We're going somewhere.
All right, as I have no idea, like, anything else he could have done, I'm going to go try that lever again.
You're going to reach into the lever?
Yeah, I feel like I did something. I'm going to try it again.
All right.
Shrug. Getting ready, because this time I know something's coming.
I like blind leading the blind on two sides. Of
Ready?
This thing.
1, 2, Dex. That is a modified 24.
You feel the mechanism try to grab at your arm, but you twist it just out of the way, and then you remember the guillotine coming down, twist it right back,
Pull.
and you grab the lever. You pull?
I pull the lever
You pull the lever?
and get my hand out of the way of the guillotine.
You pull the lever so far out that now it's actually peeking just outside of the hole.
Ha! Suck it, door!
The door doesn't open. You guys watch as the glass lifts up, the hole that it was covering latches up, and a staircase comes down.
I'm a genius. I'm brilliant.
The tower loves crossbow bolts. It's the only explanation.
Porcelain There's a song here. I'm sure somewhere there's like a song about this place that depicts how porcelain eats crossbow bolts.
If there isn't, I will write that song.
Ah, Eloy, you are a steadfast friend and the muse of the world.
It just stops halfway.
It stopped halfway.
Looking at this door.
Damn it!
Me, in my brilliance, readies another crossbow bolt.
How far above us is this?
120 feet.
Okay.
Oh, that's the top of the tower.
No, that's not the top of the tower.
That's
That's
where
half the
how
way
far
of
the
ta-
stair-
That's
the stairs-
halfway of the tower.
I thought you said the tower shot 120 feet outside of the ocean. Like obelisk up.
It goes up, and then it goes up even further, another 120 feet.
Oh, okay.
But it's at halfway. His crossbow bow just hit, so now it's 60 feet above them. The
Okay.
staircase.
Okay, okay, hold on. So the stairs went and stopped at where my crossbow bolt was?
No,
Like
no.
where it
Your
reached?
crossbow bow hit.
It's at the top.
It was at the top. Now it's at 60 feet above you, and it stopped.
Okay.
Could I Could I reasonably chuck a grappling hook that high and hook onto to the edge of the stairs?
Yes, you could.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do that.
All right. Roll me an athletics.
10.
Just miss.
I mean, I'll keep trying as many times as it takes.
I'll give you 2 more tries before we move back to Wake.
15.
15. Just made it. It latches on. It makes the sound of glass being grabbed onto. Tink. Pulling on this does make it crack.
Hey, Scrung. You're probably the lightest out of all of us, and we'll just row out of the way, so if you do fall, you're just going to be hitting ocean. We'll scoop you right back up. You'll be fine.
He's been having bad luck with glass
Yeah.
so far, but let's see how this goes.
Athletics. Oh, he's fine. He fucking makes it up like a pro. Back to you.
Okay, so I'm looking
Oh, wait,
at
no,
this lever.
hold on. I apologize. Now Scrung heads up the staircase and walks through the darkness. And
Understand that you have to share whatever reward you find.
it's just a cow.
You got to share that cow, though.
It's a picture of a cow. It's a statue. It looks like it has... He's trying to describe it to you. I'm going to roll for him real quick. Yeah, he gets it. It looks like a moon on its nose.
All right, Scrung, I don't want to alarm you, but you might be staying up there until the sun goes down. If the moon is depicted, that's probably what we're looking at.
He like just starts patting it. He tries to touch it. He finally is able to push it in. Back to you. You hear a click.
Stupid Aha! I did it! It was just delayed! Oh, I'm a genius.
Back over on the left side, there's actually another lever poking out of the holes.
All right.
It's the third farthest from you.
I'm getting ready.
Can't wait for both of us to come back to each other. I'm a genius. No, I'm a genius.
All right, I'm pulling that lever with a nat 20 dex check.
Nice.
You didn't have to. It was literally just there. You could have grabbed it.
Oh, well, I'm great. Wow!
Yeah.
I pull it with panache.
It's the greatest.
You pull it. You see Scrung. He's actually holding on to the cow still.
Pushed out the
Yep.
The hell did this do?
I continue to
The door
pull it.
opens.
Yes!
It's a jet stream of water
Going up.
going up.
Well, you know, it's the best I've gotten so far. Whoosh!
You step through. Everyone watches as the waterfalls are now blocked by magic glass. And you can see where the hole was, where Scrung was. There's a jet stream of water rising up to the glass tower up top. 5 minutes later,
Was that Wake? Oh, actually, hold on.
Yeah,
I'm
I've-
gonna
I've-
roll perception to see if I recognize what that was.
Well, while we're waiting and to see that, I do collect Scrung and get him back in the boat.
Now I only rolled a 12 in perception.
See, it worked just like I said. Just soft water, you're fine.
Did he hit the stairs on the way down?
Scrung, your service today is greatly appreciated. There's a gallon of wine waiting for you on the ship.
make it 2.
You'll have to give me 2 days for that. Whoa! I rolled a 12. Did I
Everybody
see what
awake?
that was?
Yeah, everyone, actually, you two roll perception check.
I rolled a 12.
You roll a
just now.
12.
That would be a 25.
Yeah, you see it in slow-mo.
That was Wake, and it looked like he was having fun. I want to be next.
Ziaka doesn't see a goddamn thing. Scrung doesn't see a thing. He's too busy right now. And Onslow...
That boy.
You are shot up so far, you cannot. There's no check that will stop you from continuing going up this jet stream.
Yeah, probably not.
Nope.
Considering
However,
I was swimming with it.
you actually watch as you're seeing like the sky getting closer and closer.
This isn't good.
And just as you're about to reach the end of the geyser, you feel a gentle softness kind of like grab at you, and you're now sitting in a small little pool of water, and there's a glass encasing around you. You could easily climb out. You are now in the glass tower.
I peer up. I peer up out of where I am in what I'm in.
There is a hulking behemoth of a human being with what looks like the back of a cow's head looking out towards the sea. This man is about 10 feet tall.
I really didn't plan for getting this far.
The man is wearing a real, like, he's not fully clothed, but he's, like, half clothed, and he's got, like, a chainmail wrapped around, like a strap of chainmail wrapped around him, and then the rest below is, like, a really ornate robe, which looks like a depiction of the sun and the moon on both sides of his body. He has a cow tail, too. It's, like, cow head, body, human body, cow bottom half.
It's a minotaur?
It's a minotaur.
I kind of get out of the pool of water.
Oh, boy.
Your friends, albeit rather haphazardly, have found a way inside. Congratulations. He's not facing you.
Thanks. What did they do? Because I found a bunch of stuff at the bottom with a door that...
That's of no concern. I'm sure you're here for a small prize for your feat.
I guess I actually didn't plan this far ahead.
Well, you are the first to enter the tower for many, many years. I suppose imparting some knowledge to you for a more grander prize would be fun to observe. He turns around. It's a bullhead. This boy is a hulking 10-foot-tall minotaur. He is. He actually has like 2 long swords like strapped on his side as well. This man does not look like it's something you want to trifle with. He reaches down to his side.
I hold back.
He hands you a rolled up piece of paper.
I grab the paper.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You are worthy of enticing more riddles.
Well, I love riddles. I guess.
You put it back in your pocket.
I put it in with my I carry around a like little leather tube that's like water sealed. So
Peace be with you. You guys watch as he's now jet streamed back down. And he stops, that gentle catch, and he's standing there in the pillar of water, and he walks gently out. You're now on a glass bridge that extends out to the rowboat.
Hey, guys.
Wake, I think we solved the puzzle of this place. You're never going to believe it. There's stairs right there.
Huh.
We threw Scrung up there. He was up there for a second, but then something like pushed him out. It was real crazy. He fell out, but I think if we get somewhere stronger up there like you could probably be fine. That way you don't have to ride that terrifying geyser, it looks like.
I actually met the guy up there.
It's
a giant bull man. I didn't really get a name. He just handed me a piece of paper, and I figured we'd get back up there and figure out what this is.
Thank you!
You actually look as the figure is now standing and looking down towards you. You can't tell, but you almost feel as though there was a nod from the figure.
Well, all right, crew. I'm going to call this a successful first sea mission.
He seemed nice, but I don't think you want to fight that guy. He's Nedramite. Nedra's definitely. Don't tell her about this.
All right. Scouts honor, everybody. Do not mention the bull man to Nedra.
What did he give you? Scrunk says, holding his face.
I'll show you when we get back on the boat. Gave me a scroll.
A piece of paper?
Yeah, just a big old piece of paper saying that it would lead to more riddles.
That's fucking stupid!
Ted, don't kill the messenger.
You're going to get your 2 gallons of wine. You'll just have to wait till tomorrow for the next gallon, but you'll get a gallon today and a gallon
There's
tomorrow.
a giant welt on his face, by the way.
I look at him. What happened to you?
I cast Cure Wounds on his face, Will.
He's fine. Don't worry about it.
He only hit the stairs a few times. Maybe took 3 damage.
Yeah. No, it wasn't even the stairs that did damage to him. It was the fall.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
Falling from 60 feet into water would
Pushed
be
a cow.
practically hitting
I
him.
pushed a cow statue, and
Oh,
it
you
hit-
saw one of them too?
Yes.
So I was pushing one down there, like, I don't know, there's a door that kept trying to cut my arm off.
Oh, wow, that looks real bad. I cast Cure Wounds on your arm. It's all healed.
Thank you, Eloy.
All right. So you bring it back up to the ship?
Yeah, we'll go into
We
whatever
all go back
constitutes
into
our
the ship.
meeting room.
Pretty much the galley.
All right, we go into the galley where Grammy is, and everybody's there. Everybody's happy.
So, and Pliskin's just like laughing the whole time as Scrung is walking by. Because he saw the whole thing from the crow's nest.
Hey, this man, I point at Scrug, is a hero. He helped us solve the riddle of the tower that could lead to riches and fame and fortune for all of us.
I unroll the piece of paper. What's on it?
It's a map of Las Aranas. And on it, it actually depicts a red X to the furthest east of Bulark. Just off the coast, there's a red X with the depictions of the sun and the moon, both with that same half circle on both sides.
Huh.
Does this guy have like a bunch of towers that we're going to have to solve?
And each one illuminates a part of the map, and then we know what our objective markers are. We can get all our side quests. And,
Yeah, we can figure this out.
And that's the closest island to us, right?
Directly to the east.
Yeah, directly to the east. Well, if we wanted to make our first port of call, this place seems good as any.
I mean, I'm game. And Eloy, I'm going to need you to construct a song about how this brave group here solved the unsolvable riddle of the porcelain tower.
Riddle of the Porcelain Tower. Got it. Next song.
Eloy's next hit single.
All right, well, congratulations. You've actually found a treasure map.
Ooh.
Side quest.
Yep, you found a treasure map. And actually, there's a small little bit of wording underneath it. Does anyone here speak Abyssal?
Ziaka does.
Got Dwarven.
And so does Red.
Yep. They both look over the wording. It claims to be the Witness Tower. And now this is... And from where you are, it said underneath, like, where you guys are on the map, that's the Witness Tower.
All right, so
Underneath the other X?
Underneath the other X is the Unwitnessed Kingdom.
The Unwitnessed Kingdom.
ooh.
So what has been seen can be unseen, apparently.
Well, maybe it's just a kingdom that no one's been in, but we assume there's...
So when you look at the tower over on your side, it actually shows like there's a full light and day, like there's a full moon and a full sun, like in the same depictions that you could tell. But on the one where the unseen kingdom is, the unwitnessed kingdom, is their half. The moon's on the opposite end and the sun's on the other side, and they're both halved.
Okay.
Is this a reference to a passage of time, maybe?
Passage of time. Maybe it has something to do with... like, when we were in there, like, you said you saw the cow statues, and I pressed the one with a sun on it.
Well, I'm gonna say for the sake of brevity, we all explain what account happened
Okay.
on the surface and on the end below.
So when you pushed that thing, is that what pushed the staircase out?
I don't know. I thought it did something for the door, but it still tried to cut my arm off.
So basically, you all guys all pieced together. You pulled on the sun one. It released the latch of the staircase. Scrung pushed on the cow's head. It pulled out the lever so you could in turn make the elevator.
Man, crazy. They'd actually need somebody of my race to be down there.
I mean, theoretically, we could have, like, tied weights to one of our, to either Ziaka or Onslow.
And then drown?
No, and give them a dagger to cut the weights once they got deep enough to enter where you found.
I was swimming for 5 minutes.
And Red just looks to you, or I could have just gave them water breathing.
Or that.
How long does that last?
An hour.
Yeah, I guess.
What puzzles me is that you said there was a centaur on the door. I didn't have nothing to do with this whole thing.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was about. Like,
Well, you said there was a bull man up top. Was it like
no,
that?
not like that.
Oh.
It literally looked like somebody of Eloy's persuasion.
Huh.
maybe a little-
Red looks to you. Explain.
I mean,
Was it like? Did it look exactly like Eloy, or did it look like a longer horse, like an actual horse half?
It looked like an actual horse half.
I mean, it was like Eloy, except instead of, I don't know, donkey, like it was horse. Like the door had a picture of a centaur on it.
Unfortunately, since I wasn't down there, we can't have a full account, but this is something to look into. Is there a way we can get a depiction of it?
I do my damnedest to reconstruct the doodle.
Yep. Roll intelligence.
I really wish it was something else.
I'm sorry, that'll be intelligence history.
Intelligence history.
Yep.
All right. Well, that changes nothing. 16.
16? You're able to actually get a pretty good depiction of it as you draw it on the map.
Yeah, better than a cave drawing.
It's not clean, but it gets the job done. And you also recollect the picture of the calves as well from like when you looked inside the little holes. Mm-hmm. And Scrung points to it. Yeah, that's what I saw, except it was this one, and he points to the sun. Yeah, he points to the moon that he saw.
Right. All right. Well, I guess we'll continue on our heading then.
Ancient centaurs built a tower, left the two-legged outcast witness and their unwitnessed kingdom, which they've gotten rid of the witness, therefore it's an unwitnessed kingdom. We found the kingdom of centaurs.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll only know when we get there.
Like I said, you guys this will probably be like a month's heading before you could actually reach there. So this is just a taste of probably what to
something
find.
to eventually go.
Yep. But it's not going to be like in real time a month. That's
Of course.
retarded. That's bad.
Yeah, that would be So we're going to have we have our map and
Now you have
basically
this
just
extra.
mark that.
Now
on
you have
there.
this extra map, and you can mark it on your map.
Yeah,
Which
so-
I'll actually do on our map later.
Well, all right. So we're still heading in the direction, like vaguely, of South Zealous. That's our
So
first
South Zealous.
big key
Yeah,
point.
but this place is actually before South Zealous. It would technically be our first port of call.
Yep, you got
And
Ebercall
a-
you got Ebercall to the north of that island is to the north, and then it's the mainland above it, and that's where the Emerald Canal is. So it's Emerald Canal, Ebercall, Bullark.
Yeah, and we're heading to Bullark since that's where.
Okay. So then, so we start sailing that way, I guess.
All right.
Since we'd also need to resupply sometime around then.
Alrighty, let me just quickly see how much time we have left. I can initiate one more thing before we have to get going.
They can go it.
All right, we'll keep sailing that way. I guess our daily,
Yep,
like if we're doing our daily thing, then I'm typically like going to be training with Nedra, practicing my own stuff, and then whenever we park for a little bit, I go hunt for some fish.
I have an idea. When it comes to actually having to roll for stuff like that, we'll do it at the beginning of each session.
Okay.
So, like, we spring up with, like new
how's my training with Nedra going? How's his magic practice going?
Yep.
How's whatever the fuck Ezra's doing going?
Well, first of all, after this little adventure, I go with what I had originally been planning on doing today. I leave a little sign-up sheet by my captain's quarter that just says "talent show."
Very well. I will take note of that, and that'll be something to see next time.
Yeah, and I just say talent show. I give a date. I'm gonna say I give a 2 weeks from today.
Okay.
Just talent show. 2 weeks.
Sounds fair.
Sign up.
2 weeks, main deck.
deck.
Yeah.
All right, let me do a quick roll here. All right. A couple of days have passed. You've enjoyed the seas fairly easily. There's maybe been like a storm once or twice here and there.
It's gotten rocky.
It got rocky a little bit, but nothing the ship couldn't handle. The ship was fine. However, it is probably a couple of days at night. Everyone has gone off to bed. However, everyone is jolted by the fact that you hear the moans of Yeldon kind of stop the ship, creak it forward. Almost everyone is ejected out of bed as it comes to a stop.
I'm gonna head towards the front of the ship.
Yeldon, you okay, buddy?
There's a small ship ahead of us. You look out towards the water. There are dead bodies littered over towards a ship that's just sailing adrift.
That don't look good.
Can I tell like any sort of like uniform what the bodies are wearing?
From this distance, no. You'd have to go fish them out of the water.
Do you have a spyglass?
I think I might actually. I did not get a spyglass. Shoot. Okay, I do not have a spyglass, but I have a grappling hook.
I could just swim out and get them.
Oh yeah, Wake. Do you think you can at least get a closer look at those bodies to identify if they're?
You dive into the water.
Probably.
You dive head first into blood.
Ah!
I don't like breathing this.
The water is caked in blood. That's why Yeldon stopped.
This is actually really bad. Get me out. Throw me a rope.
I throw a rope.
I climb out. There are probably sharks down there.
Just as you say that, I'm gonna roll. Yeah, you watch as a Mako shark just barely grabbed your ghoulies and almost put you back under.
Whoa!
That might have been my cousin.
So yeah, there are sharks. They're kind of nibbling at the food, but they're also like leaving the bodies there at the surface. They're like nibbling, but not actually pulling down.
Can you, Wake, I don't know the extent of your communication skills. Can you talk to them, see if they saw anything?
I am going to, just to make sure there aren't any larger sharks, I'm making a perception check.
All right.
Because Makos, I'm fairly decent with. That is a,
So Mako sharks, those are the ones with the glowing blue eyes and
Oh, yes. Yes, the references come in circles.
that is a 17. Or,
A
I'm sorry,
17?
18.
18, no, it's just a school of Makos.
All right.
They don't seem out of the ordinary, but they are seeming to struggle to try and get the bodies, almost like they're having trouble breathing in the water where the bodies are.
I understand what that is. All right. Luckily, I can breathe both.
I'm going to dive in from the other side, just as not to disturb the sharks. But can I just make one handle animal check and just assume that will pass on to each shark?
You'd have to describe to me how you're going to handle the animal. From the distance of where you are right now when you jump in the water.
Quite simply, I'm going to swim like a shark.
That's fair. That works. Go ahead, roll it.
That is a 22.
Wow.
They pay you no heed so long as you don't go for their food.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I've lived among sharks.
Yeah, they're just here for the food, but the problem is that around the bodies is this weird mist of blood that doesn't seem to be stopping, and it's actually like congealing enough that it almost is making it impossible for the sharks to swim in. And this trail is leading up towards the ship that's off to the distance.
All right, well, I'm going to get a vial of that blood, basically. Like, just kind of take that out and come in from above water and just sloop.
All right, and you come back up. At this point, a lot of people are starting to actually come up from the quarters now.
All right, I'm going to try to get a good look at the bodies.
From what you can tell, the bodies look fairly normal. Like, it's just
Any particular uniform? Or are they, like,
No, they're civilian.
Dressed? Okay.
It's a civilian ship. However,
any identifiable markers, like jewelry, anything like that might be hanging off anybody? I'll make it.
Roll a perception check for that.
That is a 15.
A 15. You notice that someone's jacket has the insignia of Iberkal.
All right.
And since you don't know what that is,
I just rip off the whatever.
You're gonna go for the insignia. Roll survival.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Yeah. You take the whole jacket.
Okay. Whoosh.
Yep. And you bring it back with you.
Is it my size?
Yes, it's your size.
All right, I'm wearing it. It's easier to swim that way.
Fair enough. So you come back onto the ship. with the jacket and the small vial of blood. Everyone's coming around. You, Ezra, notice that the jacket he has, the insignia on it is the same of the Khals, the ones that were at the bar in Jahal Cove.
Hey, that's Eber Call. They're like the trading company for like this whole southern side of the continent.
Yeah, well, they make a good jacket. I take it off. I set it down. Also, this isn't normal blood. I hand the vial off to Red because I assume she'd be.
That's actually very good that you did that. Now I can make a couple of rolls. A natural 20, never mind.
Perfect.
The moment she looks at that vial, her face turns pale and looks over to you.
What? What did I do?
You didn't do anything, but this is vampire blood.
Oh.
Hold on, Eloy. Those doesn't look like those mosquito things at all.
I don't know, man.
She's like looking
Red.
at this, and
What?
she runs down and grabs like a book, like one of the pieces of documents that you saw before. This is familiar to you, but she grabs the book and she looks at it, looks at the cells, is like trying to like eyeball some like some of the blood that's going inside, like the kernels of blood that are in there. She reads through her passages. No, this is no doubt about it. Vampires were a problem here.
I know I had heard the Eber Call guys talking about savage children mucking up a lot of their deliveries. Do you think there's any connection with that? Like, are vampires, how would you describe them? Are they childlike in demeanor, or?
I've never heard of a child vampire. Normally they're just made by vampires biting other creatures. I can't imagine them wanting to bite a child unless it was for other insidious purposes.
What if the vampires had babies?
I've never seen a natural-born vampire. That's kind of unheard of.
Maybe these are unrelated.
Yeah, they might be unrelated instances, but I'm just bringing it up as a possibility.
Of course, but if it's all the same to you, I'd like to investigate that ship.
Sure, if we can
We
get...
got them rowboats. I don't think... Yeldon, you don't really want to move through that stuff, do you?
Yeah.
No, he does not want to move through that stuff. It's okay, buddy. You've taken us far.
How much blood is there to be clogging up the literal ocean? That's horrifying.
It's very thick. I could not breathe.
Well, from what you can tell, it's not clogging up the whole ocean. It's
just congealing near
it's
the top.
congealed and not like seeping down like normal blood. Since whatever this shit
it's
is
not
happening,
spreading out. It's clumping.
Yeah, it's like a cloud that's staying stationary in the water.
Basically going into an oil slick of blood.
Yeah. Blood ocean.
I don't like it, but I like the idea of leaving whatever did that to do it more or even less, so I'm with you.
All right, and with that,
We investigate the
we investigate.
mysterious ghost ship next week.
Yep.
All right.
However, I
Cliffhanger.
will say this before we leave on a cliffhanger. Who had the spyglass?
I guess it's Pliskin.
Yeah.
Yep. So Pliskin's the only one on there. Well, I can get a name of the ship at least. He looks out towards it. He's reading off on the side with a spyglass. Apparently, it's called the Mantaruva.
The Mantaruva.
And that's where we'll stop here. We will investigate the Mantaruva next week.
Woo! All right.
Spoopy.
We're on the open seas. We have climbed a porcelain tower.
Yeah.
And now we are investigating a vampire ship. Potentially. And we also have some fan art to show off.
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. Yes, that is right. Here, let me pull up in Twitter because these lovely people would love to be given credit for this. Let me search TFS At the Table by latest. And let's see, what's the number one we have up over there? Right there we have...
Right?
this is by... let's see. I believe it's... Yeah, Marvel Poison, who made what I'm affectionately referring to as serial killer Eloy.
Wait,
like
Eloy,
it.
check your hands. Okay, he's got two. He's not the murderer.
No, his other hand just hasn't been made into a...
Into a crawling...
Yeah.
Into a... What is it? Oh, what the fuck did I just call them?
Crawling claw.
Crawling claw.
Thank you.
No, I
Sorry.
love that.
I'm out of coffee. I'm reaching
Marvel
that
Poison
tired.
has been a consistent contributor, and I've
Oh,
loved
yeah.
all of
Marvel Poison's
all of her
depiction of
artwork.
Nedra is one of my favorite
Yes,
things
Yes.
we've gotten.
It's on this board.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's right here.
All right, what do we have as number 2 here? Ah, yes, Wake meeting the collective one. Getting his hair slicked back and frizzed out. This is by someone simply going on Twitter as Blake. A bunch of numbers on it. Blake 590-32754. Make sure to write that down and look them up. But yeah, like there it is. The massive collective one just breathing right in Wake's face. We also this is by our boy Bracky. DM God Zio.
You know what? I am super okay with this depiction. You can't see it right now because it's cropped on our screen, but it's floating. He's floating, so I'm just like, I love that.
Yeah, I was trying to fit as much of him in there as I could.
And then someone, I think it was Sir Malverick, comes over and he goes, "So the Great Gazoo," and I'm like, yes, yes. You know what? Fuck
Hello,
it.
dum dum.
Hello, dum dum. Roll perception, dum dum.
Here's Sarlacc, getting drunk and getting angry at Eloy there, just getting ready for shit. This is by
Come back to the island next time, motherfucker. See what happens.
This is by Jesper Lind.
I love this picture.
Yeah, I love the detail on it.
Yeah.
I'm on to you.
And this I got this in a series. This is what I like to call this series is what I like to call Wake and Scrung Best Bros. This is Wake and Scrung just kind of like having a heart to heart. This is by China Midako on Twitter. Like, yeah, no, look, I get it. I'm sorry. And then the next one we have is they're getting friendly now. They're clinking glasses. This is by Roast Grief. Another pretty constant contributor. And then morning after, like they just kind of pass out.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my.
Things went places. They got a little tired. Like,
I milked a cow last night. What?
And this is by Hector Nujabes. I love the watercolor like look to it, and just got drunk and passed out.
This just looks like not gonna say anything super physical happened, but just a lot of like hugs. It's like, I love
Like
you,
he
man.
just got kind of tired and collapsed.
No, man, you're my best friend.
He also had a nice little comic that went with it. I did not include that one, but if you looked up Hector Nujabes, aka Gray _ Beast 1995,
Just wakes
you can
up
see
one
the
morning.
you can see the comic with it. Which
Dude, he
is
wakes
also
up.
great.
The fuck's my shirt?
This is another one by
yeah.
Marvel Poison. Nedra, she hears voices in her head. They counsel her. They understand. They talk to her. And sometimes they don't say very nice things.
Kill the waterman.
This is a great comic. I'll see if I can read it aloud for the guys here at the table who cannot see it.
Yeah, it's a little hard.
But it's basically Wake beginning his training with Nedra, saying, "Okay, Nedra, today I'll teach you how to..." And she yells out, "Dodge!" "Oh, good. You already know it." "Gah!" And then Scrung says, "This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." "Whoa, Nedra, no!" Next up, we have this pensive Wake.
Ooh.
Yeah, I loved the art on this one. I have to scroll back up to find it. Here we go. This is by Jay Maloney, aka Cannibal Panda, with a cannibal with a K, by the way, on Twitter. Wake looking at the abyssal inside the jar, just kind of staring off pensively. It's what Wake does.
What does it mean?
Wake stares off.
What is
pensively.
it? I'm alive, you dummy.
What could it mean, though?
Let me out.
And here we have Andre DV with fancy Eloy getting ready for the show.
He looks so concerned.
He's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure this is right, Ezra? Captain Ezra?"
Don't worry, Eloy. It's beautiful. Everyone will love you.
And here's Wake milking the cow. Getting drunk. "I'm gonna go milk the cow down the street."
That's definitely a
Fucking
bowl.
Oh, I know. It was weird. It was an angry cow and it only had one udder.
Poured a frothy glass of milk, though.
The fuck.
It took forever. It was so stubborn. Poor Timothy. Getting some salty milk.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's some salty milk up in here. It's an angry cow.
That's one angry cow.
Black.
I believe the new Power Rangers movie opened with a joke along those lines.
Yeah. Next up. Is that the last one? All right, that's the last one. Great one to end on.
All right. Well, we do have a
Beautiful.
Do have quite a few bit drops here.
Go for
All right.
As well, we got 1,000 bits here from Zach Matt saying some space glass for the glass in Scrung's hand.
Thank you so much, Zach Matt.
We got Lazme with 500 bits asking, will Grammy use the alchemy pot in her cooking?
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's up to Ezra.
Yep. We got
He doesn't have a choice. It's mine now.
Whoa, hey, yo, we could use this for other things.
Of course we can, and I'm using it.
Yeah, she needs to make all the mayo.
yeah.
I know. Okay, so let me explain
30
that.
gallons of mayo.
You get it on the weekend, Grammy.
Let me explain this. So for the alchemy jug, it tells you a list of things that you can get and how much of what you can get. And one of the items that you can get is mayonnaise.
2 gallons of it, specifically.
2 gallons of mayonnaise. So I have to sit here
That's
and
a
say,
Jimmy John's worth of mayonnaise.
someone in the D&D offices at Wizards of the Coast had to have said, I want a glass of fucking mayonnaise out of the alchemy jug.
Look, at some point they need it.
I mean, yeah, here's the thing. If we're having mayonnaise with every meal, you still only need to use, like, 1 day a week to just keep us, like, fully stocked.
But I want to know what the campaign was that a player asked, I want a fucking bottle of mayonnaise.
It was probably a big sandwich making RPG where it's like, look, I'm trying to run a side business here. I need mayonnaise. I need a lot of mayonnaise.
I'm sorry to stop you, but
That's
continue.
fine.
Who in Wizards of the Coast, please hit me up. Tell me who did it. Who in your team asked
and
for the
why?
mayonnaise? Who and why?
Who hurt you?
We got 1,000 bits here from Nandy Roos, and good morning, boys. Wherever you are, it's morning, apparently. Third shift's a
Morning
bitch.
to you.
It is a bitch. I've done that night shift.
Thank
but
you
I'm
kindly, Nandy Roo.
glad
Sorry
we
for
could-
the late night.
Yeah, glad you could join us after work for you. Wow. We got 1,000 bits here from Snake Eater saying the people need more Nuzlocke. It's coming.
Yeah,
It's
don't
a-coming.
you worry.
Yeah, don't worry.
Fear thee not.
The Envious Wrath with 500 bits saying, asking for clarification of what happened in the first hour and a half. This was about an hour ago at this point,
Yeah.
so hopefully somebody in the chat has
Clarified for them.
yeah. We got 500 bits from Riprogo saying, hooray for Grammy Popo. For Grammy Popo.
Good old
Bend the
Granny.
rules.
She's always there, bending reality to her whim.
1,000 bits from Tortilla Lady asking, Zito, did you expect this much Grammy love?
Not at first.
She was the first character we ever interacted
She
with.
was
yeah.
the first character you ever interacted with, but she was a throwaway. Now she's part of the crew, and now I have to go to Jack and say, it happened, Jack. You got to draw her.
I need Grammy.
That was Tortilla Lady's next question. Are we going to get a Cully Grammy picture?
Not color, but you're going to get a black and white one,
All
at
right.
least.
A proper Grammy.
Yeah.
Canon Grammy.
Now I actually have to physically describe Grammy, which is why I'm like, shit, I never did that. That's why I'm dreading it
Look,
being
there
a person.
were a few characters that I think we had like some sort of unspoken like connection to because of like the initial test campaign we played for this.
That was
Uh,
Ziaka and Scrung.
Yeah, Ziaka and Scrung, we had like, okay, we like especially Scrung who died in that outing.
Yeah.
where we're
Yeah.
like,
Scrung died in
we
our
got
test
to make
campaign.
up for it.
We're in the AU where he survived.
Yeah.
We got 1,000 bits here from Yoda Street saying, I just wanted to say hi and I love you guys. Thank you, Yoda
Aw,
Street.
thank you so much.
We got 1,500 from the Red Stormcrow saying, I was out to sea for 4 days and we had a seagull living with my crew until we reached land on the 5th day. It had no food or water, and as far as I know, it survived. Hey.
I have no idea how often they need to eat.
Are you sure nobody else fed it? Who knows?
Yeah,
It was kept under lock and key. No one could feed
when I was back in New York, when I was on the ferry going into Manhattan, a seagull actually saw me eating popcorn and sat in front of me and hitched a ride and waited the whole time until I gave it some. I wanted to, but the guard was over there just like, don't you fucking dare, kid. and then
really
as we
hate
were getting
dealing
off
with them.
before, everyone was like, he turns around and goes, all right, everyone, it's time. And the seagull grabs it, just looks at me and just goes, and flies away.
We got 1,500 here from Roast Grief saying,
very much.
All hail Captain Ezra with his great successes.
That's me.
Thank you kindly, Roast Grief, and thank you for the art.
I should have asked for a captain's cap from Gimme Bros.
You got your top hat, man.
I do have a
That's
top
your
hat.
that is your captain's hat.
That's my ringleader hat.
No, it's your captain's hat. It's canon now. I'm sorry.
Probate dropped 1,000 bits saying, hark to the tale of Scrung the Unfortunate, surrounded by those claiming to be friends, only to suffer injury and indignity.
Yep. He is now the traveling clown.
Oh God.
The traveling pickpocket clown.
And finally, 500 bits from Kylar Pierce saying, "Hey guys, just posted a new piece of fan art in Discord and Twitter."
Awesome.
I look forward to checking it out.
Yeah, and you can check it out on discord.gg/team4star or use the hashtag TFS at the table
On Twitter.
on Twitter. Yes,
Yep.
indeed.
Is that all of them?
Well,
Yep,
gentlemen,
we
how do you
got-
feel about the open sea so far?
I'm liking it so far. We found 2 things in relative quick success. I mean, I know to our players it was probably like a week apart, but
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like I said, like you guys are going to be traveling a really, really long distance until you get to like South Zealous, so it has to fill in some time. Like you can't just like be, hey,
And we're there.
Yeah, and we're
Look,
there.
and after 3 months of travel, you
Yeah, no, that's boring. So I'm just like the sea. It's
like,
a fucking
every week or so something might pop up to pique our interest.
Yeah, the sea is full of all kinds of different things, places, and people. It can't just be, oh, you make it to the island in 3 months. Like, no, fuck off. That's boring.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. When Guts got on a boat, he didn't get off for like 10 years. So he was
time.
fighting krakens and pirates and
It
topless jailbait mermaids. It was real weird.
I'm excited with this new wrinkle in Ezra's life of suddenly he realizes, I want to be a captain of a ship.
And then he finally meets his fucking dad.
Fuck you, Dad! I found my calling. Look how good I am at it. Wake, what should we do now?
Yeah, exactly. Basically, my idea was he's like, I will be the man in charge, so therefore I'm talking to people. But when it comes to actual decision making, I know that I'm not going to be the best at that, so I'm willing to defer judgment to other people. Like a good captain, I know how to delegate.
There you go. Perfect.
You have
Captain of his own ship.
You have just single-handedly made sure there's never going to be a mutiny on your ship.
Perfect. Well, thank you for joining our merry crew, and we look forward to seeing you guys again next time at the table.
Look forward to the talent show.